Reset. Last time that we met, you guys were anchored in the ocean next to a ship called the Cap, which was manned by myconids or mushroom people. And you guys had come up behind this ship on the suspicion that they had a hag in disguise that had cursed Valente. So you decided to hunt down this hag and kill her. That just had happened to stow away on this myconid ship. You guys killed the hag with not much trouble, and then you kind of got to talking to the captain of the myconid ship, whose name was Mocap, who definitely had a distaste in general for magic. You guys talked to him a little bit about where they were from, which they told you they were from a location called the Sunless Shores, which is underneath the land of Root Coast. And you guys had listened in with some magic to what their plans were. And you had found out that they had an assassination plan, basically, to kill a mage by the name of Iharod in Port Serac, who you guys were familiar with. You had met him before on your first incident in Port Serac, and you wanted to know why they were doing what they're doing. It took a little bit of convincing, but you guys managed to talk Mocap into telling you that Iharod had stolen something called compost stone, which had led to this release of a shimmery blue thing that had affected the myconid population, killing about half of them and causing them to move out of their home. So Mocap and his crew were on this endeavor to kill Iharod and get the compost stone back. After explaining this to you guys, he also mentioned not wanting to go west in the Sunless Shores because of Shadat, the Shadow Man, apparently lives down there in some type of demiplane, and west of that is the Ingnasian Forge. And from what Leo knows, Surak also lives down in the Sunless Shores. You guys decided to sail forward east towards Port Serac, and basically the next major port along your journey to head to the east. And you guys had some conversations along the way. Sheev, Leo, Valente, and Gwyn unpacked what had happened to Sheev because he had lost some memories when he had died and been brought back to life. And some of the memories that they had to share with him, particularly Leo and Valente, were maybe not what Sheev wanted to hear, including the fact that perhaps Valente's patron, Shadat, and Leo's patron, Garen, were involved somehow in the death of his previous adventuring party, the Leftovers. So naturally, this was a little bit of a heated conversation. Sheev got a little upset and then went off on his own to have his own conversation with Shadat. And Shadat ended up coming to Sheev and telling him that it was Garen that had killed these Leftovers, that he was not directly involved in this killing, but that it was actually the organization, the Ring of Grey, that Sheev works for, that was involved in this assassination. As that was kind of unraveling, you guys heading towards Port Serac, Gwyn, the captain, had to make a decision on which direction you guys were going to head in because there are multiple docks in Port Serac. And as you kind of veered toward the west, Ulrich spotted a ship called the Steelhead, which is an Ingnasian warship. And based on what Ulrich knew about this ship, it's trouble. And with you guys having a ship like the Stormbringer, which is very recognizable for being associated with the dragon goddess Cadboro, the enemy of the Empire of Ingnasia, you guys decided to veer around to the east instead of the west and land and dock in Port Serac. You guys were immediately accosted by a young girl trying to sell you a paper, and she gave you a copy of the latest Havrova Tribune, which had a picture of the Stormbringer on the cover, as well as some information about the recent assassination of the Shining Flame, and then to report any sightings of Cadboro and the Stormbringer, or the Stormbringer, to the Empire immediately. And that is where we left off. Let me know if I missed anything, you guys.
That's about it.
So, what was the plan again?
You guys are on the deck of the ship, kind of overlooking this newspaper. You can do whatever you like.
I think we spoke about we just finished speaking about perhaps getting the hell out of Dodge before this Ignasian ship on the other side of the island catches wind of us.
What
What did
if?
I
Alternatively,
sorry.
What did I miss exactly, and what would I know?
So just real quick, Damien, unless Clark, you want to do it? I can do it if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
So last week, we learned a lot about. Basically, she went over with Valanthe and Leo and Gwyn what had happened while he was dead, and all the whole stuff with Shadat, and Sheev basically kind of threw a little bit of a temper tantrum and ended up talking to Shadat. And Shadat said that Garen was the one who killed his friends, not Shadat. Shadat wasn't the one who did it. So a bunch of things happened. Drama happened there. You would have been there for this, so you would have seen.
Okay,
It,
that's
so
what that's what I need to know. I know I read the
yeah. Oh
summary.
yeah.
But
You
okay.
would have all been there. You would have seen all of it. Everyone was there. And then same thing with the ship. We all saw the ship, and then we drove around the other side of the island. And then we saw the newspaper, and we just kind of presented the newspaper of like, hey, they are looking for the Stormbringer. None of us are mentioned by name, which is good, but they are looking for the Stormbringer. So Sheev and everyone, I think Sheev has just suggested that we should leave now.
That would be the best course of action. Quite dangerous to stay, no?
Well, why don't we use the ship as bait, and then plan a surprise attack on the Ingnasian dreadnought and take it by force?
two ships are better than one.
Yes.
It's
But
not going to be easy to take it, and the combatant's formidable, no? Do we know anything about the combatants and how they fight to maybe exploit it?
Anyone who wants to can roll a history check. Ulrich, you
Mm-hmm.
can roll with advantage.
Oh yes.
Do I still get to roll D20?
Oh yeah, make sure you do that. And just a reminder that you have inspiration as well from the Port Rusalka sessions. So make sure your inspiration is checked off on your sheet. Each of you have inspiration.
There's too many dice on my sheet. I gotta wait.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Valente, you. Hang on a second. Okay. Valente, you know that not only is it a warship, the Steelhead, it is also a heavy transporter and known for transporting weapons between Ignasian settlements. It is steam powered, and you know that it is captained by someone by the name of Captain Kae Roughhouser. Okay, Leo, you know this information as well. I'm sorry, that's not Gwyn saying that. That's me. Leo, you also know this information. And then Ulrich, you know a little bit more about the ship itself. Has multiple cannons, is manned not only by this Captain Kae Roughhouser, who has a reputation for being ruthless, but also Knights of Rhybohr are known to be on board. And it's a fast ship because it's steam powered.
Yeah. Would I know it's steam powered?
Would you know it's steam powered? Yes.
Yes. And what would be my extent of my knowledge of steam powered engines?
It is new technology to Ingnasia. Ingnasia seems to be the only people that have the knowledge and the capability of creating things that are steam powered. The first steam powered ship was the ferry that goes between the Sandollar, the ferry that goes between the docks of Ingnasia to Grok. That was kind of the first innovation of steam power that came about 4 years ago. So this is still relatively new technology for the Empire, for the world, but the Empire is really capitalizing on using steam power as much as possible.
Well, the fact it's steam powered means that it's quite vulnerable to sabotage. I think if we were able to get a small strike force onto that ship and blow the engine, it would be a sitting duck. It would be put out of commission almost indefinitely, and would strike a mighty blow at the war machine of Ingnasia. What do you guys think?
Well, it is quite dangerous, but we could definitely. I have the ability to turn myself invisible, and that would possibly allow for me to enter. It only works for me; it does not work for anyone else. But we could possibly try to do this. They are not looking for us; they are looking for our ship. So,
Well, I've got a plan. Okay?
all right.
The ship comes into view, we raise the white flag. They're going to stop near it with guns trained on it. They will, in my opinion, send a boarding vessel, or at least try and board it. While they're distracted... oh, sorry. While they're distracted, we have a bag of holding, don't we? We have a
Yes.
bag of holding?
Yes, we do.
Well,
Well, who's in possession of it right now? I know it was me last time I was here. I don't know if you
think
swapped
it's
with
you.
me.
You are
Yeah, I think you
still?
have it
You.
referred.
I'll open the bag, present it to you, my Lord Ulrich.
tries it invisible into the engine room with us in it, or it gets taken in there by other magical means, maybe some form of wild shape, I'm not sure. Either way, we get a strike force into the engine room, sabotage it. When it blows up, that's our distraction to get out of there. What do you say?
Yes, Damien. Well, it could work. Like I said, I am able to turn invisible, and if all of you could fit inside the bag, I could go invisible, get on the ship, and get us there. The only thing would be, is I do not know. I do not know how to get to the engine room. Do you know how to get to the engine room?
Not exactly, but it's usually in the lower rear portion of the ship.
The question
Right.
is, can you breathe for long enough in the bag? I know that's going to be a problem for me, but look at the other
Well,
breathing individuals.
Minutes.
Yeah, I think I cast Identify on the bag at some point, or I can cast Identify on the bag to figure it out. I think how much do you get with breathing in the bag of holding?
I think it's like 10 minutes divided by everyone in there.
Yeah,
Something like
right.
that.
Yeah,
And if-
number
and
of
if
minutes
you-
equal to 10 divided by the number of creatures.
And if Rykard doesn't breathe, right,
And
and
You don't breathe.
I don't
and
breathe,
Leo is also undead.
Leo doesn't breathe. Okay, here's the thing. I'll ask. Who amongst us has the best both ability to be sneaky and ability to find the engine room? Because I could make them invisible, and I could get in the bag, and that way we could have 3 people in the bag who do not have to breathe, granting extended time for everyone else to partake of oxygen.
Again, the engine room will be quite loud. So I guess you just head towards below the chimneys as well.
All right.
I'm going to pull a card just quietly as they're doing this.
And we can all fit in the bag, correct?
I don't see why not.
I do have a question about the bag. Last time I was in contact with such a bag and someone in the bag, I ran into some issues and they wanted to put me in the bag too. How do we make sure we won't get stuck in a demiplane or another world or the bag itself?
Well,
Right.
I think the rules are as written. We can climb out the bag as long as it's not being held shut by anyone.
Right. We would simply have to trust the person who is carrying the bag to open it upon our exit. So whoever takes it must be one who is trustworthy. And I'll look at every single one of you with suspicion on my face based on the encounters I've just had.
I don't think this plan is going to work with our current level of trust, to be honest.
Well, it's a perfect exercise.
Or a perfect way to die simultaneously, or end up
feel-
drifting in the sea of wherever the hell we end up.
I
The
do gotta
void.
ask, what would be the point of this?
Strike a blow at Ingnasia.
A pointless blow.
Oh. An idea?
Well, taking out a large ship is not a pointless blow, but I do have to agree and question the efficacy of putting ourselves at risk currently. We could simply just leave and gather more power and do other things elsewhere. I don't necessarily believe it is the most safe course of action, per se.
Well, if you guys are comfortable with the Ignasian ferrying arms and ammunition across the seas, then, well, more power to you.
Well, Ulrich, you know this probably the best of us. Is the Steelhead one of the best ships of the Empire?
Is the Steelhead one of the best ships in the Empire, Sparky?
Yes. So the Steelhead and the Poundmaker are the two like major warships of Ingnasia. You also know about the Watercross fleet, which is a fleet of warships armed with Serakian steel cannons and Knights of Rhybohr. The Steelhead is kind of and the Poundmaker are kind of both the heads of the Watercross fleet.
Let me tell you now, Leo. The Steelhead is the flagship in the Ignasian fleet. The crown jewel. We take this out. Think the blow will strike both a morale and a tactical victory.
I think I feel a certain obligation to care about Rhybohr's influence on land now that I am allied with Surak. But when we were on this island, you called down some rain by praying to Cadboro. And I mean, Cadboro surely would want this boat sunk, wouldn't she?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
saying.
It's on her waters. That's a good point.
So why not just tell her where to find it?
She won't do it for us, but she may
Yeah.
assist us.
I mean,
As
she
you
would
say that.
do it for herself.
I would like to cast. Sit down. I'm just not going to tell them. I'm just going to sit down. I had to cast Augury, and I'll use the gold for that. And I would
Okay.
like to ask Cadboro, who I am going to ritual cast this. And I'm going to ask Cadboro. Whether or not it will be a good idea. Nope. I'm gonna phrase it differently. I'm gonna ask, will we be successful and alive if we try to take down the Steelhead from the inside?
She's not omnipotent.
She's
No,
not.
yeah.
She's not. But I'm just trying to see. Genuine. I'm just trying to see.
What are you rolling or putting out here?
I'm just casting Augury.
Yeah, but
So
what's your flavor? Are you lighting candles? Are you throwing
Oh,
dice?
yes. Sorry. I think.
Are you telling us aloud when you do this? Like the prayer? Can we hear that part? Or whatever?
Oh God, no! I'm just talking. I've just like walked over to the side and just like sat down. What I'll do actually is I'll just kind of pull. Here we go, flavor. I'll pull some of like the sticky, spidery gunk off of my body and like use that to make the little circle. And I'll just kind of light a little bit of flame, stick it in the middle, and just kind of have that be my ritual circle. There.
Okay. You stick the web in the flame?
Yeah, and like basically have that be my sacrifice to
Okay.
to Cadboro.
As the web kind of like immediately shoots up in flames, it splits into two, and there's weal and woe. There's kind of a blue flame and a bright red flame.
Bit of both. Gotcha. All right. All right. I'll stand back up and
I reckon
yeah.
I if you snuck me on the ship, I'm not familiar with steam engines, but as Ulrich said, I could follow the logic of the ship to the engine room, going by chimneys and noise, and
Well, I could cast invisibility on you, and
Yeah.
you could then carry us. Of everyone here, despite your inability to stop Valanthi from making terrible decisions, I trust you to not close the bag on us. So, if we're planning on doing this thing here, I would trust you to do so.
Can I speak telepathically to Gwen? I know you wanna drop the bag now, but no.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'd want to drop the bag if I were you after what his sly comment is what I'm gonna say telepathically to you. But please no.
I'm just gonna side eye you. I'm neither confirming nor denying.
It would work.
And you said we use the Stormbringer as bait?
Yeah, well, we don't have to, but sure, yeah.
It would work.
Yeah.
There would be nobody manning the cannons, so that'd be kind of an issue.
The question is, are Herc and Acrius capable of piloting the ship well enough to not be blown up while we try to infiltrate the
Listen,
Ingnasian
not to
ship?
commit them while they're not here. And, maybe they want to stay ashore for this, but if they're game, we will need decoys. The Empire is never going to believe that this ship is sailing itself with no one aboard.
Yeah.
We're going to need people to... So, for a few minutes, to look as though they are us, to provide a distraction, maybe we could, make use of them.
What is true, and as we said, they are not looking for individual people. They don't know who we are. They know the ship, so it is
buy us some
possible.
time.
Another question is
This is coming together.
I have two more questions. First one is, I will be able to cast invisibility on you to get us inside. I
Mhm.
can also attempt to do so to get us out. The only problem will be once the engine has been destroyed, they will certainly be coming to look for the people who destroyed the engine. So we may have to fight. Ulrich, are we going to run into... What kind of resistance are we going to run into if we were to have to fight our way out? Would we not just die on the ship like dogs?
Well, speak for yourself. What kind of resistance will we come up against? I would assume several engineers will be first on the scene. Non-combatants usually, but
We can kill them for sure.
within a minute there will be some Knights of Ingnasia. Yes.
Something did just occur to me.
Yeah.
Depending upon where the ship is in relation to land, I have a spell that I used the other day that can get me and one other person up to 500 feet away, and it just happens, right? So hear me out, right? If we were to destroy the engine, cast invisibility on Gwyn, right? Then I get out of the bag, teleport us back to shore, get back in the bag. We are invisible on... Listen, this is very complex. I believe this is possible. Possible.
What if instead of teleporting back to land, we teleported to the Stormbringer?
Yeah,
and started manning the cannons.
Well, if the only problem with that is bringing the Stormbringer with a lesser crew with no cannons towards the ship is the only problem.
With respect, Chief, 500 feet, you may as well be in port. There's nowhere in hell that they're going to be near land.
Well, that was my thing. What if we leave the Stormbringer in port and have it? Do you believe that they would destroy?
I have an idea. When we're in the water, I'll just give you all a ride. I'll hop out of the bag and we'll drive away. Look, with all of this planning and us all together, it sounds like we got it in the bag.
Yes, and the idea is that they're in the middle of the ocean, so they sink, not so that they can make their way to land and then beach the ship for repairs.
if we
Good
kill
point.
the engine, then they can just fix the engine. Are we planning on sinking the ship afterwards?
I
Well,
don't
I'm
plan on
hoping.
turning the engine off. I plan on destroying the engine.
Yeah, we want to blow the engine. Essentially, what we want to do is ensure the pressure in the engine reaches of such a magnitude that it blows the entire thing. Gwen, I'm sure you have some gunpowder as well lying around.
Oh yeah.
Leo and Ulrich, you can both make straight intelligence checks.
Interesting.
Oh, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
I also have. I don't know. Ooh,
Nat
let's
20.
Go. Let's go.
Okay.
This is coming together.
Leo, what did you roll?
Oh, we're chefing some shit up right now.
A 6 and 4 9.
A 9. It was with your inspiration?
Yep.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Okay. Leo, you do remember when you were in Brass Hollow, which is where you first started your journey, that when you entered that mine, that there was definitely some steam power going on, and you're just trying to think about the mechanics of how those engines work.
Yeah.
Ulrich, you have seen steam-powered engines in action, not like super close up, but you remember discussion when these had first come out that sand is very effective in destroying steam engines. Basically, throwing sand down the engine can completely destroy its inner workings.
We need some sand. Chuck sand everywhere. And it's rough and it's coarse and it'll get everywhere. And it'll destroy the engine.
So who are the key members in this plan so I can cast a spell on them?
Well,
Oh.
okay. So let's hold on a second. Sorry, Alex. So again, we should decide before we pick key members. We should decide: are we planning on having Egrius and Herc bring the Stormbringer close enough to where we can teleport to it afterwards, or are we bringing it close enough to teleport onto it? Because I can only do it once right now. I can only teleport us one time. So
I think we teleport and prepare to fight after the initial attack.
I think we just teleport into the water. I think we shouldn't risk the ship for this.
It's not a risk if we take out the engine and some of their internal stuff. We get attacked from inside and on the ship too.
If we blow out the engine, it will do. My concern is if we build a sand explosive device of some kind, that we are going to run into an issue of hurting ourselves if we do not teleport off of the ship before the thing goes off. That is my concern. What my thought is if we can be invisible and get onto the ship if the ship is docked. If their ship is docked, we can get on there invisible, and we can then infiltrate. Because I can recast the invisibility if need be, but it gives 10 minutes, right? And the 3 of the people in the bag will not be breathing, so it will only be 2 people there that are breathing, which means that we'll only need 5 minutes of air, 5 minutes to get from where we are into the ship, into the engine room. Is that doable? Or do we need to teleport on there first?
I think that's doable. 5 minutes is a long time.
Right. So, we need to confirm if the ship is docked currently or if it's chasing us right now. Rykard, are you able to do that thing where you try to view something from far away?
Every day we would have done that. I would have asked you if I was here last week. I don't know if Sparky would allow me to have it up.
Yeah, we were just
to have what
looking
up,
for
sorry?
the steelhead.
My spirit session.
Yeah. I mean, you can have it up for sure.
Yeah, I can clairvoyance, so I'll post it to the rain.
Don't do it right now, but when we are ready to decide and once we've identified key players, we maybe should see where the ship is to determine our plan of action. But back to your question, important members, it would be what benefit are you planning to give them?
Well, you're gonna need some muscle. That'll be me.
Well,
Yes, we will.
we're taking everyone on this ship, so it's going to be all of us.
I can
Except
cast
for
a spell
Equus
to
and
bolster 3 of your physicals. Well, your
physical
constitution.
ability.
Your physical constitution.
Right. Oh, right, because you can go without breath too. right? With you can hold your breath with Constitution modifier.
That was just
Right?
flavor for aid.
That's flavor for gotcha. Okay, then it definitely should go to Ulrich. It should go to Gwyn, and then one other person. I do not really mind who it is.
I'll give it
we-
to.
Do we have like, let's say, an hour before all this goes down?
It depends on where the ship is. We do not know where it is.
So probably,
If they are docked and are not moving, then yes, we have time. If they have realized that we are here, they are probably coming to us now.
Can
Is
I
there any
make
way to
a
get an eye
perception
on them
check?
now? Like, don't you have? Do you? Forgive me for being ignorant, but I'm no mage. Can you use some kind of divination magic to see where they're at?
A Rykard can, yes.
When we're ready, I can. Let me check the range on this. Would I be able? It's within a mile.
Hard to say. Maybe. Hopefully.
Could I use my navigation tools to get a idea of how far away or how wide this island is? See if we are within a mile.
Whoops. Make a wisdom check and add your proficiency bonus.
Damn. Okay, proficiency bonus plus 3, that's 9.
You kind of gauge, like, going around the island, and you've been to Port Sarak a couple times, but the topography makes it pretty difficult to determine exactly how far across it is, like, because there's some, like, Chestnut Hill is kind of like a mini mountain a little bit, and there's definitely some raised ground in Sarak Square. It's probably not more than 2 miles, you would estimate, across the entire island, but it definitely might be a mile and a half. Hard to say. Okay. Yeah, you can.
So I'll
go to the
share. We
shores.
probably need to get to Sarak Square before you'll be in range.
Ulrich goes onto
Alright.
the shores
Let's
and gathers
move.
up some sand.
While we're
And
doing that, I want to go over and show. Oh, I have explosive bullets. Could I take that apart and see if there's like powder inside that I could add to the sand to perhaps make it more effective?
Yeah, absolutely. You have a crap ton of bullets too that you got from that the Carnatic, I think. So definitely, yeah, you can kind of cut the sand with some gunpowder. Absolutely.
I will do that.
So you guys are headed to Sarak Square. Is that what's going
Yeah,
on?
I guess I'm at
Olaf?
this point. I've done all the planning that he can, so he'll let you guys take
Yeah.
home
He's
navigating the rest of the bit.
yeah.
Okay.
I would like to talk to Herc and Ecrius for a moment, real quick.
Sure.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Ecrius is kind of leaning on the side of the ship.
So, we are planning to do something a bit daring, a bit, how do I put it? A bit, dangerous, per
Stupid.
se. No,
Well, that
stupid
sounds
is
fun.
incorrect. It is very fun, Ecrius. However, I must warn you, we are planning on blowing up the steelhead and taking it out from the inside. Now, we are
Woo,
not
doggy,
going
I'm
to...
in.
No. So
Yes, I am.
You're okay. You're like half in. Listen, or you're half in. So the thing is, right, is that you're half in, and the half is that you and Herc are going to stay on the ship. Now, what I need you to
Boring.
know,
What about Judas? He can help.
see, okay. Judas is the
metal
thing,
man.
is the
Yeah.
metal man.
Yeah.
Judas, wonderful that Judas is there. The problem is we're trying to do stealthy. And as much as Judas looks like he could be very helpful, he's not exactly stealthy, if you know what I'm saying. So what I'm asking is I need the two of you to be prepared to run if something bad happens, right? So Have either of you, look more at Hurk. Hurk, have you driven this ship before?
Can't say I have, no.
Well, I will show you how to drive the ship. There may be a chance that we come in very hot and need to escape very quickly, so I would like you to prepare yourself to leave, if necessary.
Aye.
And I will go to
Okay.
show Hurk how to drive the ship. And Acrius, I hesitate to do this, but have you used a cannon before?
Yeah. Roll an insight.
Insight check. he definitely hasn't, but I'm just gonna roll anyway. 14.
Yeah, you can tell he's not being 100% truthful.
All right. Let me show you really quickly how to use a cannon. There may be a chance for you to do so. However, you do not do so unless Hurk tells you to. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Do you understand what he's saying?
I
Do you
understand what he's saying.
understand?
I understand.
Are
it.
you going to listen to what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe. If it's circumstances, what if he
No.
dies? Then what am I supposed to do? I'm
Equius.
just supposed to stand there by the cannons and wait for him to tell me from the afterlife? I don't think so. What am I
In
going to
the
let you guys
very
die?
unfortunate case that Hurk dies, sure, you can use the cannon of your own free will. That
will
is the
take that.
only way to do that is if Hurk is dead. Do you understand what I'm saying?
This is very much a hypothetical scenario.
Yes, you're not going to die, Hurk. This is very hypothetical.
Yeah,
This is
everything's
not an actual thing
hypothetical
that's
until
happening.
it actually happens, and I'm
I'm going to
I-
regret this, but I'm going to show you anyway.
Are you guys fighting Knights of Rhybohr? Because I will
We
gun that
possibly
fucker down
will
with
be.
everything that I have.
But again, as I said, you need to wait for Hurk to tell you to do so.
Okay, fine.
And I'm gonna look at him like I'm gonna grab his shoulders like he's a child. Listen to me. You need to listen to what Hurk tells you to do. Do you understand?
Yeah.
How far have Herc and Acrius come with inspecting the
Yeah,
big guns?
you guys were able to identify it on the way to Port Surac. So it's a runic cannon, and it's a breath weapon attack.
Ooh.
And
Let's go.
It's shorter range, so it's 100-foot cone as opposed to the cannons, which can be fired like up to
It's a ship
like
shotgun.
800 feet. Yeah, so it's more used for like if somebody's up in your face, and then it comes out of the front of the ship where the dragon head is. And it's a breath weapon. Also to be noted, like as you guys investigated this and you took your time, and you guys are both proficient with arcane arts. Cadboro, there are like runes along it, and Cadboro is immediately notified if you use the runic cannon. She knows exactly where you are if it's used.
I'm gonna tell the others. Are we worried about that?
I think she'll get a kick out of it.
I think it would be a benefit in this situation.
Yeah.
Taking on Cadboro's enemies in her domain could be a way to earn her favor.
I do think so.
I think we should say a group prayer to Cadboro for this.
Let me guess. The prayer takes about an hour.
No, I mean an actual prayer.
Oh, an actual prayer? Then I'm down for an actual prayer.
We all like lock arms for this. We're gonna gather our strength together, and as Cadboro's chosen boys and gals, we're gonna do this. Who's gonna
Okay.
say the prayer?
Make
I'll
a
guide us whoever gonna
group
do it.
religion check.
All right, I'll make a religion check.
I will guide us you. You're the chosen one, Chief.
Guidance me?
Cadboro,
Okay,
guide us
cool.
in this battle.
No, that's a
It's
brother.
not bad. I
if I've
have
ever
plus
seen.
8 to this, so
What's with the... We're getting some static here.
yeah.
I push your talk.
What are we rolling?
There we go.
Religion?
21.
Yeah, everybody roll a religion check.
21 for Sheev.
8.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
The sound effect
Music
is
just
killer,
kills-
man.
I know, it's
Brutal.
terrible.
It shook me to my core.
All right.
Okay.
My icy queen,
What are-
show
what-
us the way.
What do you guys want to say? I assume Ricard, you're kind of leading the charge here. You're just like letting her know what you guys are planning to do.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
We want to. Shall I just go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Cadboro, if you're listening, we are about to take on your enemies in the waters of your domain. We are going to destroy the invading Rhyborian forces, and we ask for your blessing and your strength as we take on this enormous challenge.
As an offering, we offer you the vessel.
As an offering, we will sink this vessel to the bottom of the sea floor, and destroy it in your name.
Okay. Okay, let me look at our rolls here. Anyone who didn't roll with advantage can take advantage because you guys are on the ship.
Oh, sweet. I'll roll with advantage. Let's go.
Prayer.
Okay, sure.
I'll never forget you, Inspiration. You were so young. My back's killing.
22.
Okay.
But that's so
18.
much better for yeah.
Okay. So there's like, you guys call out, and you guys are all kind of sitting around the deck and preparing for this, and the ship, there's like this shift in it, and then it starts to like tremble a little bit, and it starts to shake, and you guys hear the wood creaking, and then you hear yes, sink it, kill them all. I am far from you, but be my champions. You destroy their ships, I destroy the city, and we rule land and sea.
Oh shit.
All right. Let's fucking
And
do
now
it.
the sails of the ship like pop out.
All right, let's fucking do
Did
it.
I destroy the city?
Listen, sometimes there are casualties in war, my friend.
I expected this for a while.
Okay, all right.
Hasn't the city of Ingnasia been hit with a tsunami before?
Yes, so that's exactly what the article talked about in the paper, that the reason why Cadboro had been imprisoned by Rhybohr was because she had flooded the promenade during La Collection 3 to 4 years ago when the Broken Oracles were around. And her punishment for that was that Rhybohr had locked her away in the Crake Castle.
A lot of innocents are gonna die again.
Oh, yes, they are. And unfortunately, it is the cost of war. Let's do this, all right?
You guys are heading out to Port Surak Square?
You're muted, Damien. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I think only 2 of us should probably go then. I don't think we all need to go to set the device. It would be riskier. No?
Sure, I'll go.
All right. Then, well, okay. One has to be me for the invisibility and the teleportation. So one has to be me. And then who else is going? Gwyn should also go. So it should be me and Gwyn. And then who else?
I'll go.
Yep.
Okay. And then Leo, Rykard, and Valanthe, you stay on the ship with Hurk and Ecrius and come in from the ship side.
I think we'd be ready on the guns, and then when you guys teleport on, that's our cue to start firing.
All right. That sounds good. All right. And the good news is that gives us 10 minutes of breath for Ulrich and 10 minutes of invisibility without the refresh. So that works. Okay. All right. The only thing is now is that we need to take you, Rykard, with us to the center of the city to determine and make sure that the ship is still docked. Then we split up. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Cool. Oh, boy.
Ignasian cannons, they're gunpowder cannons, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay.
But the Watercrest fleet, and you assume at the Steelhead, it probably has Serakian steel cannons.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to you, doesn't mean that they are more impactful, but they are sturdier, harder to destroy.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
I rolled my Tales from Beyond earlier, and I rolled a 3. I'd like to imbue Sheev and Ulrich. I'll have them stand together and imbue them with that effect.
Okay.
And
What is that one?
it would be, I'll post it again. My bad, it's like a mile long. There's the Tale of Beloved Friends. So this would be an older looking man that, as it kind of flies out from a card, the spirit would pass through both of you, bolstering your physical strength. And it would dissipate shortly after. That'd be, I gotta roll Bardic Inspiration plus my Charisma.
So temporary hit points.
Yeah, 5 THP for you both.
Oh,
Cool.
lovely. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
So who's going? Who's leaving?
Everybody but you and Valanthe are going to the middle so that Rykard can scout, and then Rykard will split and go back to the ship. Once we find out where the location of the ship is. So eventually it'll be Leo, Rykard, Valanthe, Herc, and Ecrius on the Stormbringer, and the stealth squad will be Sheev, Gwyn, and Ulrich.
I'm gonna also cast something.
Okay.
I'm gonna use enhance ability on Rykard, Sheev, and Gwyn, and I'm gonna give them
You give
the equivalent. If you want dexterity for stealth, I guess.
Yeah, because Gwyn's still gonna have to roll stealth checks, even if she's invisible. It's gonna be advantage. Well, no, wait, it's just advantage, not bonus. So never mind. She'll be invisible, so actually don't worry about that. You can't buff the number. You can just give advantage. So never mind. Don't do that.
I would have gone for wisdom.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna give them some wisdom. Like some old wisdom, which is the equivalent of advantage on the wisdom checks for 1
Cool.
hour.
That'll help with perception. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Be careful.
Yes. Before we leave, I want to pull Volan to the side real quick before we leave.
Okay. Go right ahead. What do you want to do? You guys gonna pull over to the side of the ship? It is raining a little.
Yeah. I think that I know why you did what you did, and I learned something last night that was not something I knew before. And I'm going to pull out the vial from my pocket and hand it to her. This probably looks familiar to you, yes?
It sure does, yes.
Well, this is yours to do with as you see fit. And I want to apologize for lashing out. I don't exactly know how it will fall. I'm still somewhat angry. As you can tell, I made an inappropriate quip at Gwyn earlier. That is not who I am, but I learned it has been a very emotional 48 hours and a very emotional couple of days since I came back to life. It has been hard for me. So I would like to say that I'm sorry, and I do not always act in the wisest manner. But I want to tell you that I still care about you, and if bad things are going to happen here, I don't want the last thing that I said to you to be something rude. And I'm going to go and I'm going to kiss Valanthe on the forehead and then walk towards leaving for everybody else.
I'll pull you back. I'll grab your hand and, like, don't leave just like this.
We have to go do this. We will be fine. Everything will be fine. But I cannot have had my last words be words of anger and frustration.
Sure, but let mine not be words of sadness and terrible news and betrayal. I'm sorry that I hid it from you for so long, and that it was a weird choice to make. I don't regret making that choice. It has brought me plenty of things, but that's not the point of this. What I'm trying to say is I'm sorry as well, and I do still care about you two, and please be careful, and please come back. Please.
The next time you see me, I shall be covered in gunpowder, sand, and the blood of Ignasians. It will be wonderful.
I look forward to it.
All right. Now I'll walk towards Gwyn and Ulrich.
Okay, so Gwyn, Ulrich, Sheev, and Ricard are going to Sirach Square, and Valente and Leo are staying on the ship, right? And Ekris and Herc.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. You guys dismount, and those of you in the ground crew, and like I had kind of described last time, the docks had really cleared out kind of as soon as the Stormbringer had come in. All that was really left was this young girl selling papers, and then an older gentleman selling chestnuts. And there are no pirate ships currently in the eastern docks, which is a little unusual for Port Sirach. There's usually someone in here. But you guys kind of make your way into town. You go up the docks, up a set of wooden stairs, into where this all began, the Tavern Row of Port Sirach, and you guys pass the Shaughnessy, where you had originally met Fanuel. It's been exactly 30 days since you guys were here and when you started your adventure, with one little ferry just missing. You guys can all make perception checks as you walk through the town.
We have advantage thanks to...
Enhanceability.
Oh, I just X'd out instead of clicking on it. Give me 2 seconds to reopen the Foundry. Click the wrong button. It will not load for some reason. Come on. There we go. Okay. $11.
All right.
Who's Sasha?
I
It's a very good question.
I was looking for Sheev's token, but it was not under Sheev, it's under Sasha. As you guys are walking through the town, Ulrich, you've got like one thing on your mind, so it's hard for you to focus on what's going on around you. Sheev, you're going through this plan in your head, but Ricard and Gwyn, you notice the streets are pretty dead. Like, there's not a lot of people around. Gwyn, as you kind of look off to the east where the merchant row is and where the docks are, you see Knights of Rhybohr patrolling merchant row, is what it looks like walking up and down. And you guys kind of move further through the town. You have wooden buildings on both sides, these old style taverns. And you guys approach Sirach Square, which is kind of this basic courtyard with a fountain in the middle that is covered in bird shit. And there are a few little shops around, as well as several taverns. There's a reason why they call it Tavern Row, where you guys have just walked through. There are several places to stop for a drink or food, and the smell of chestnuts and the rain. but you guys are at Serac Square.
I'll look to record.
I'm gonna look for the best vantage spot here, and I'll pull out my spyglass and begin looking out around.
Okay. Are you casting clairvoyance?
Uh, Gwen, do you want to take a look first at your spyglass to get us and maybe narrow the location, and then I'll cast?
Yeah. I'll do that.
Okay, I'm going to use the same perception check that you have here as you kind of survey, and you notice a few things as with the spyglass. Okay, first of all, the northern docks. There are several ships there are currently in the process of what looks like Ingnasians are making note of what they're transporting, or like hauling out goods, putting in goods. Looks like just the Ingnasians are involved in what the merchants are selling and trading via ship in the northern docks. And as you kind of swing around to the west, you can see the Steelhead at the western docks, docked at the western docks, which is this giant metal ship with right now the steam is pluming kind of slowly because it's not currently running, not currently sailing. I don't think you'd quite be able to make out certain details from here. It's just still a little too far, even with the spyglass. You keep swinging to the west, and you see the crooked tower where Iharod lives, the mage, and you can definitely see something going on over there. You can just see the top of the tower because it's the angle that it's at, but you swear that you see a glimpse of some type of magic go by, and you keep swinging around to the west to Chestnut Hill, and at that moment you like freeze because there is somebody staring right at you, a person in all black from the top of Chestnut Hill amongst trees in kind of a mountainous half hill half mountain, staring down at you guys. Staring right back at you is a hooded figure.
I'm going to call out to the north, Ingnasian hounds sniffing around ships. To the west, our target is still docked. I would have to guess our mushroom friends are making some trouble for Iharad at the Crooked Tower, and Valanthe, I think I've spotted your friend to the south.
Valenthe is not here right now.
Oh,
She's at the
Valenthe's not
ship
here.
Still,
I'll say,
but
I think
yeah.
I've spotted Valenthe's friend to the south. He
Cool.
makes me nervous.
Well, all right.
I need to be able to see the ship to summon the sensor.
Oh, you have to be able to see the ship?
I'll post a description. It has to be an obvious location that is unfamiliar to me, or a location that I've been before.
Oh, you don't
Then
have a
I'll-
spyglass, right?
Okay, then I will point out through the spyglass where I spotted the ship.
Actually, flavor-wise, the clairvoyance focus is a spyglass, a fancy one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, stick it in the chat. You can see it like using the spyglass. Without it, you would not be able to see it. You'd just be able to see the steam rising.
I'm casting it.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on right now.
It's just a clown fiesta on this island. The Benny Hill
We have a
song is just
mission.
playing on repeat. Yeah,
We have a mission. Let's stick to it.
true.
Okay, obviously.
And I think Valanthe's guy wants us to kill the gods, right? So if we like fuck up Rhybohr's ship, he'll be happy.
An
This
obvious
isn't a bad
location
thing.
that is unfamiliar to you. I mean, yeah, you could. It's an obvious location. You know where it is. Gwyn has pointed it out, and you can see it using a spyglass. So
We're doing it. I'm gonna pull out the spyglass, infuse it with magic, and just start eyeing it all over.
okay, You're
what do I see?
Seeing right now, right?
I'll start with seeing.
Okay, so the first thing that you see, are you just on the top of the ship, top of the deck?
Yeah, I'd be up on top of the deck, and if I see a reason to move, I'll move it. I can hold the spell for 10 minutes, so...
Okay, you see initially these like purpley gold boots walking back and forth on the boat. There appears to be 3 Knights of Rhybohr on the deck of the ship.
As I see this, I'm going to be calling out like the what I see to them so they get an idea what's going on.
You see some other folks in Havrovan robes, so this kind of like deep purple blue that look to be sailors. And then you see another man who clearly has the look of a captain. He's got long dark hair and these expansive robes. And of course he's super hot and sexy, as always. This is clearly the captain of the ship, and he is looking out at the docks, but smoking a cigarette. He looks pretty nonchalant.
Okay.
Is that a gun on his hip?
The big iron on his hip.
It's a whip.
No. He does not have a gun.
Okay.
He has a sword. And he does have that weird one gauntlet, for sure.
I'm going to swap to hearing. I'm curious as to what's going on around them on the...
Okay. You kind of listen in, and there's not much conversation going on right now. The knights are patrolling. The captain is smoking. You can continue to listen for a little while to see if anything interesting happens.
I'll listen for now, but I think we need to move.
We've confirmed its position. It's time to...
Yeah, I'll keep... Again, I held it for 10 minutes. I don't know if that's going to matter. If we're going to be able to get to sea again by then.
Are you holding it for the whole 10 minutes?
I'm going to hold it for the whole 10. If I have to have Ulrich carry me, he can carry me.
Okay. And the last, couple minutes, and remember you could only hear when you're hearing, right? You can't see. You do hear somebody say, "Captain, there's been a sighting." And then there's this pause, and then you hear, "And what is it now?" And then you hear, "Stormbringer, Eastern Docks." And he says, "Really? How very bold." And then there's these moments where they begin to kind of get the ship into action. So he starts to yell out at the sailors to set the masts, to put the sails out.
Oh boy.
He starts to direct the knights. He sends two of them down into the docks, and he calls two more knights of Rhybohr up from the lower decks.
Do we look like we have time to get over there before they depart?
Yeah, does Ulrich know how long it takes to get this thing going?
So steam engine takes a little bit of time.
Yeah. It's hard to say. It depends on how fast you guys go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
we should start running. I'm gonna
invisibility lasts an hour, and I know you have a bunch of move speed. So I'm just gonna say Rykard gets back to the ship immediately, right? And I'm gonna cast invisibility on Gwyn. I'm concentrating on invisibility on Gwyn, and then we need to start dashing towards this ship.
Yeah.
Everyone included.
I'm just break out into a sprint, holding my hat on my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just sprinting like a maniac.
And you can... Okay, so sorry, real quick rule clarification. Sorry, DM, I want to ask how you were going to rule this. When the bag is open, is that air is getting in when the bag is open, or do we have to fully exit the bag to be able to breathe?
Yeah, it doesn't work like that, sadly.
Not really,
space.
because
No,
you would go
that's fine.
all the way to the bottom of the bag. Here's how I would rule things, though. I want you guys to know that I'm only going to be counting creatures that need to breathe in the amount of creatures that are in the bag. Okay, so that means if you don't need to breathe, you're not going to be counted in that number that it's 10 divided by the number of creatures. Cool. So just know I'm only going to be calculating breathable creatures, which actually makes your breathing time less. I'll cast it
on you, Gwyn, and then I'll get in the bag because I don't have to breathe. So I'll just get in the bag and I'll be in the bag.
Ulrich, what's your movement speed? Can't hear you.
Yep. I think 40 feet.
Okay, me too.
40 feet.
You should be able to keep pace.
Yep.
All right.
Also, it takes about an hour or so for a steam engine to come under pressure.
Okay, so Ricard, you're running back to the Stormbringer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the cannons.
And Sheev is in the bag. Gwyn is running with the bag.
Yes.
And Ulrich is running next to Gwyn?
Yes.
And
Yes,
who's
yeah.
invisible?
I'm invisible currently.
Just Gwyn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, baby. All right.
Here we go.
I'm fucking ready for this. I'm so excited.
Are
Let
we
me
doing
take
it
that-
on?
let me
Are
count.
we doing it when it's on land, or are we trying to stow away?
We're
wanna-
trying to get on the ship before it leaves, so
We're
that
trying to stow away.
can-
Yes.
Yeah, we're trying to stow
Cool,
away
cool,
on the
cool.
ship.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, cool.
I want to teleport us off the ship, not onto it, because I can
Right,
only
right,
do one long
I'm with you.
teleport with us. Yeah.
Sure, that makes sense.
Just give me
Okay,
one
cool.
second, guys, okay? Feel free to
You're fine.
talk.
There's something I kind of want to do,
What?
but it's a terrible idea, and it's
What?
no, I don't want to spoil it just yet.
Okay.
But if the plan doesn't, put it this way, if the plan doesn't have the effect that we want it to, or I want it to, I'm gonna do something, and I don't want anyone to stop me. Nothing detrimental to you
I'm not
guys.
stopping you.
Nothing detrimental to you guys. Don't worry.
Oh boy. Okay. All right, guys. What do you think the odds are that this works out fine? What do you guys think the odds are here?
We
Over
believe in
under?
Cadboro 100.
Yeah, pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
I think pretty good too. Because I've still got, I can only invisibility one person at a time, but I've got three. No, I mean I have up to like 5 invisibilities left, and then I
And
can
I've still got
teleport
my-
once.
I've still
What's
got
your
my
highest
point of
slot?
inspiration, So
4th level. I only have one 4th level.
Okay, you can make 3 people invisible.
Yeah, but that's my dimension door slot.
Okay, sure. yeah,
Oh right, I can actually make 2 people invisible actually.
yeah.
With an upcast actually. So now that I think about it, actually, I probably should have just done that. Made both of you invisible. But no, because we get to pass the stealth check and you have disadvantage, so it would just be a straight roll for Ulrich. I'd rather just have it on Gwyn to avoid having to do the plate armor stealth check, because that's not a fun dice roll to have to base
That's
the
not
entire
a-
plan on.
No, that's not a roll anyone wants.
No. I always forget invisibility is an hour. It's greater invisibility that's 10 minutes, but it's regular invisibility is an hour.
I used to get that mixed up, and I used to think, not that specifically, but I used to think fly was an hour, but it's not. Fly's like a minute.
Yeah, fly is this a minute? I thought it was 10. Because greater invisibility is only 1 minute. I thought greater invisibility was longer than that. It's 1 minute.
just 1 minute.
Wild. Yeah. Yeah, but you can cast a bunch of spells from it though. Like greater invisibility is great because you can just cast it on yourself and then just fireball from invisibility. It's awesome. But the problem is it costs your 4th level slot, so it's like it's not. We have other things you can do with it.
Okay. So you guys take off, running pretty much as fast as you can. Sorry, Sheev, you don't have vision. I'll give you vision.
Can't catch me or the gingerbread man.
It's just like full out sprinting. Ulrich, your armor kind of clanging. Ricard, you get to the eastern docks first. You're going faster. You're going downhill. What do you do when you get back to the Stormbringer?
I believe that was the whole crew and everyone except from Gwyn, right? Gwyn, you're the only one that actually has to get in the ship still, if I'm not mistaken. Or are you going with them?
Oh no, I'm the one who's invisible.
Gwyn,
Okay, yeah,
Sheev,
so-
and Ulrich headed to the west. You headed to the east.
Yeah, I'm giving the signal for us to go.
Okay. So you jump on the Stormbringer. Leo and Valente, you see Ricard come back. And he's like, let's get the hell out of here.
When they teleport on, that's the signal. Try to any fire right now. Try to be away from the engine room. We don't want to hurt them inside.
So the ship's coming?
What the fuck is our plan? Because I'm so confused now. Because I was like, how are they getting on the ship? Well, they were going to teleport on or sneak on, no?
No, we're sneaking on.
Yeah,
we're sneaking on the ship.
So we're gonna go out to sea. We have to be near them so they can teleport on. We don't want to like
This
sink
was
it.
a bad idea.
No,
this
this
a
is
great
our
idea.
best idea
This is an
ever.
amazing. This is our best idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna.
have nothing but good ideas.
So
No, here's
we're going.
here's what's happening. I'm gonna get into the bag in a second, and then me and Steve and Gwen are gonna stow away onto their enemy ship. In the meantime, you guys are gonna get out to sea and draw them towards you, preferably put a white flag up or something. Then we blow the engine room, and then we teleport onto the Stormbringer, and we get out of Dodge.
So I need to know right now is what the Stormbringer is doing. So
We
Leo,
are going
Valencia, and
out toward-
Ricard, what are you guys doing?
Going out towards sea.
I guess we're sailing out towards the north of the island. Not like directly north, but northeast.
Okay, so like kind of veering, rounding the island, like towards the west, but more or less north. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys kind of set sail, and Ekeria says, "Let's fucking kill some Ignasians!" and is super pumped up by this plan. You guys set out. To the west, she, Gwyn, and Ulrich, it takes you about like 30 minutes, like full running, to get to the west here. Ulrich and Gwyn, you definitely like arrive like short of breath. You can both make perception checks.
Okay. And then as soon as
And if you want to be sneaky, roll stealth checks.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna get into the bag.
yeah, I'm gonna hold open the bag. I'm also gonna roll stealth.
Okay, so Ulrich
I get advantage on
can't
this, right?
see you or the bag, so you kind of
Okay,
have
so I'm
to
gonna, like,
direct him.
Place a hand on your elbow and like put your hand on the bag so you can see where the rim of it is.
Yeah, I'll just hop in.
Mhm.
I can also hold my breath for 3.5 minutes as well. 4.5
Okay.
4.5 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
So I've got a little under 15 minutes to get on board and
Ulrich, as you guys are running, Ulrich and Gwen, you both see ahead in the streets 2 Knights of Rhybohr walking in your direction. So you quickly kind of tuck into an alleyway, and Gwen, you kind of shove Ulrich into the bag. And I'm gonna have you roll stealth check, Gwen,
I get advantage on this, right?
with advantage. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Oh. Okay. 12.
Oh my god. Really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Please don't tell me this is what happens. Please.
No.
They
It
can
can't.
Okay, and one
They-
of them
they-
definitely does not notice.
they can
Okay.
hear. They can. But are they
Right.
actively searching? Because they wouldn't be rolling
Oh.
unless
Rolled a
they are.
12.
God.
One of them
no.
rolled a 9, and one of them rolled a 10. So you kind of
Oh.
stick
Thank
in this
God.
alleyway.
Jesus
You're clutching the bag, and you push yourself against the wall and just hold your breath as you
Okay.
hear this.
God.
The boots of the Knights of Rhybohr walking by, and they do briefly stop at the alleyway, but they keep going. And you
is
can
so
keep
nerve-wracking.
going if you want as well.
Yes, I'm making for the ship.
Okay, you slink out, you go around the corner, and you make your way toward the docks. And you guys get closer, and you can see the steelhead is now shooting out these plumes of steam. It looks like it's almost ready to sail. From what we know about steam engines, they take a little while, but it's been about half an hour, and the ship was never powered down all the way as well. It had just sailed in. The captain is not barking orders. He's just kind of silently walking back and forth. What do you want to do?
I want to look for a gangway or some kind of way onto the ship.
It's still docked, so there is a plank if you want to try to just climb up.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have you make another stealth check.
My God. I'm using my point of inspiration to reroll that.
Okay,
Oh my god. There's
is
just
already-
no way.
you rolled a 10
There's just no
with
way.
advantage.
Okay, that's more like it.
Thank God.
I also rolled a
Oh.
natural 1.
My God.
You slink onto the ship, and it's this massive metal like tank in the water type of thing. And you slink your way between some of the crew as they're preparing, and pretty much as soon as you get on it and your boots are on it, the ship begins to move out from the port. And you do, for a brief second, you walk by one of the crew members. It appears to just be kind of a basic Ingnasian sailor, and they definitely turn their head, like at a wind or a smell that maybe they don't seem to like know that you're there, but they noticed something as you went by them.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna I refuse to be unnerved, and I'm staying on my mission. I'm getting to the steam room or the engine room as quietly and quickly as possible.
Sounds good.
I'm just hearing the Sam Fisher. What's that game called? Splinter Cell. The Splinter Cell music is playing in my brain right now.
I'm just imagining Metal Gear.
Yeah, dude. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, hey, Ulrich's face.
Isn't that the pinnacle of stealth?
Okay.
No, it's like
What a
Skyrim where you
handsome
stealth
chap.
with a bunch of arrows. Yeah, what a handsome young lad. I'm sure he's done nothing wrong in his life. He's never killed a queen.
Can I keep going? Okay. So Gwyn, you make your way down below
Yes.
deck, and immediately below deck there are several sailors readying cannons, and these don't look quite like the cannons that you guys have. They're like this shined silver with these engravings on the side. They look lethal. You also like clock a ballista, which you guys have fought against before on the Carnatic. It's like a giant arrow, essentially, on the deck of the ship. And below deck, you're smart enough with ships that you're able to kind of follow the basic navigation. You go to the back of the ship where you see another set of stairs, and you go down, and then you see this like big brick almost looking chimney, and you follow that down, following the stairs until you get into a narrow hallway, where in that hallway you see, first of all, a door at the end of it, and there is a gnome pushing a cart with coal, and the hall itself looks a little bit too narrow for you to get by him physically. So you can either wait for him to push it wherever he's going to push it, or try something else.
I'm gonna bide my time. Look, I'm in a narrow hallway, so pretty much there's nothing to my sides. There's only my front and my back. Is there anyone? Can I hear or see or smell anything coming from behind me?
Make a perception check. Behind you, there are quarters for sailors. There are hammocks hanging and cots on the ground. And this hallway like narrows out from those quarters. Okay, nice. Natural 20.
Okay.
Yeah. The quarters themselves seem empty right now. There's nobody behind you, nobody moving in. There may be some people sleeping lower down, but it seems like this deck is pretty much empty. You look down the hallway where this gnome is pushing a cart with coal, and he pushes this cart, and he goes into his pocket and he pulls out a set of keys, and he opens the door in front of him, and then he pushes the cart through.
I'm gonna rush forward.
Okay.
I don't want to be locked out.
To get to the door.
I'm gonna see if I can like follow the cart as closely as I can. Is he in front of the cart or behind the cart? He's behind it, pushing.
Behind the cart. Behind it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna get as close to him as I can without alerting him, and make sure I don't get locked out of this engine room.
Okay. I'll have you make a dexterity check. You can, your choice if you want to roll like sleight of hand, or you can just go if you're proficient in sleight of hand, I would say you could roll sleight of hand. Are you?
I am, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll sleight of hand. The kind of pushes through, and he puts the keys back in his pocket, and the door starts to close behind him, and you just reach out and grab it. Make another stealth check.
Advantage again?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. You slink in as you open the door, and you slink in, and it just closes behind you. And you quickly slink out of the way as he kind of looks over his shoulder a little bit, but doesn't seem to notice anything. And as you enter this room, it's filled with steam. And you can see a massive engine ahead of you that seems to be powered by a water wheel and burning coal, and is releasing steam up above, okay, as well as the room itself. There are 3 gnomes in this area here that are manning the engine. So they're putting, the guy that just walked in, he ends up throwing some of this coal into the engine. And then one gnome working the water wheel, and then another one that seems to be gathering resources to fuel the engine.
Okay, 2 things. How loud is it in here?
It's pretty loud. Like, you can't hear what's going on in the upper deck.
Would the noise in here mask the sound of a gunshot, or would that be immediately obvious to everyone on board?
It's hard to say. It probably would still be pretty loud.
Okay.
But
Second,
the ship is made of steel, so it is possible that you might be able to get away with it.
Okay. And second, are there any immediately obvious hiding spots for me to bide some time? It wouldn't do to destroy it or
there are several carts that have been used to tote, and there are some that are empty, and you clock that as maybe you could tuck into one of those.
Okay. And how long has it been?
It's been about, since your invisibility lasts an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about a half-hour run, and then it's probably only been about 6 minutes. So, I mean, for Sheev, he knows exactly. It's been like 38 minutes.
Okay, but I know it's been about
40. You probably want to
40.
guesstimate more than less. So you say to yourself probably 40, 45 minutes.
And Ulrich has about a little over 10 more minutes of breathing time.
Yeah.
Okay. That should be enough time to get us out to sea so that they'll be in a sufficiently helpless spot when we eventually sabotage the engine. Okay. I'm gonna hunker down somewhere. Bide my time.
You're climbing into one of the carts?
It doesn't look like they're doing anything with the carts. I don't want them to put coal on top of me.
It's hard to say. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah. You pick one that is just like farthest away from the door. You kind of take a look at them, and it looks like that one hasn't been used recently, but... Or you could try hiding behind one of them. Other than the carts, there's really not much in here, unless you wanted to try to get in behind the engine itself. It looks like there's a small crevice there.
Hide behind the cart for now.
Okay. Behind the cart.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You slink in behind. The movement of the steelhead is like, it's like being on a Lamborghini after you've been riding in like a really old Chevy for so many years. It's like so smooth, it barely feels like you're sailing. But you're definitely moving. And the Stormbringer, as you guys kind of veer off to the northwest, so Ricard, Leo, Valente, Ecarius, and Herc, you guys see the steam pluming from the steelhead, and it is full steam ahead towards the west, and you guys are about 1,000 feet away when you see it.
Who's at the helm? Who's driving the ship?
I could do it, but I don't have proficiency with it.
I think we sorry.
I'd rather be on a cannon, though.
I think we originally put Herc on the wheel, or Gwyn put Herc on the wheel, but Leo would also take the wheel if he thinks Herc is more useful with the cannons, which he probably is.
Right. Well, you can figure this out with yourself and switch. I think. I'd like to be on the cannons as well, or on the deck. If there's any use to that. I think we should sail out a little more out of the island reach or borders and try and meet them in the western area. Slowly move towards them is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Leo will take the wheel, and Herc can go down and man the cannons with Acreus.
And sailing out towards the north and then slightly west is a good call. You both agree?
Yep. I'm gonna cast a spell again to hear their battle plans. If they're gonna go out to sea, I'm gonna cast if it's within a mile, I'm gonna cast it again. I'll be our little spy. I'll swap it to ears.
Yeah. Okay. You can cast clairvoyance, and you hear the captain yell out, "Stormbringer, take it down!" And they've
sighted us.
Full speed ahead towards your location.
They're readying for battle. Full speed ahead.
I do have a question. Is it at all possible they would try to ram into us?
The ship is called the Steelhead.
Ooh.
Do they have a steel bit at the end, like a steel nose? I don't know what the ship part is called, but
it's called. Well, actually, you would not know. And you guys are kind of wishing for Ulrich here because he definitely knows. But it definitely is possible. Just looking at that ship that's made of metal, it could definitely ram you guys.
I'll keep listening. I'm gonna man a gun. We should try to stop their sails, if anything, at first, to stop their movement.
And with this,
Steam engine and sail, you know? We were gonna take out both, is what I mean. You know, we got one point in the inside. I don't want to damage the ship and then blow you guys up right away, you know?
Hey, listen, we can take it, brother.
Okay, shoot the ship. Goodbye, guys. I got their consent as characters.
Oh boy.
Oh, man,
I'm
the
so
guns. You
excited.
heard him.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. This is awesome. When Clark starts privately rolling dice, that's when shit starts happening, baby.
okay.
I got some extra tea. I got a stroopwafel to comfort me in this trying time. It's great. Oh, Earl Grey. I'm like only really drinking black tea. Oh God. Earl Grey.
Earl Grey with milk.
Berries.
Everybody,
That's how to do it. Yep.
Yes.
roll
Yep. Same.
for initiative.
Oh boy.
Clark,
Including the
you roll
people on
too
the
many
ship?
dice.
I'm just saying, you gotta
Everybody
drink the
roll
best
for
tea.
initiative.
Arizona iced tea.
We're about to go into turn-based combat.
There is no active combat encounter in your greatly viewed.
Oh, do I have to activate the map here? Okay, hang on a second.
Oh, I have eyes.
Oh, baby. Oh, that's a nat 20 on initiative.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Can I request to be the one firing the runic cannon?
Make sure somebody rolls for the Stormbringer as well. It's in the... you guys should be able to see it there. In the bottom of the encounter, you just click on the dice.
Cool. I'm not going to roll because I roll like dog shit. Somebody else roll for me.
Can you roll
You see it in
initiative
my
for the
characters?
Stormbringers?
but I don't see how to
Yeah,
roll for
just
initiative.
under in the encounter. Okay, there we go. Somebody did it.
Huh.
Okay.
Damn.
Just want to check the dimensions here. Yeah, okay. Leo, you are up first. Is there anything you'd like to do to prepare?
Oh. Somehow I can see myself in here as a twice. I can see myself on a 21 and on a 10.
Oh, well, what did you roll?
I actually rolled a 6.
A 6. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know why. Okay, we'll just take that out. Okay, so Gwyn, you are up first. So you are hiding behind these carts, and these gnomes, like, because we're in turn-based combat order, it's very slow right now, but the gnomes are moving coal into the engines. One of them leaves the room. There's 2 of them in there now.
2 now.
God damn.
Okay. To release my companions, would that be an action or a bonus action?
It would be an action.
Okay. And if I made that action, would I be able to then take another action as part of my multi-attack?
Free object interaction, Sparky. For
Yeah.
children.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a second.
You guys aren't
here.
objects. People are not objects.
Well, I mean,
Well, it's a put the bag out.
If I turn the bag upside down and shake,
Yeah, okay.
does
fine.
that count as an object
Sure,
interaction?
yeah.
go.
Okay. And I'm still invisible. That
So far, so
Yeah,
good.
you're still invisible.
Okay. So does that mean I get any kind of advantage on my attack rolls from like stealth or something?
Yeah.
The first one has
Yeah.
advantage, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna behind the thing, I'm gonna shake the bag of holding, trying to get my companions out.
Okay. Okay. Where are you shaking him out?
Behind the thing. I'm not. I guess I'm not trying to be
Yeah,
overly
Sheev
sneaky
is still
about this.
Sheev is invisible too, right?
No, just
You're not.
Gwyn is invisible.
Okay,
Just me.
so you do this, and they can't see you, they can't see the bag, but Ulrich and she fall out of the bag,
Okay,
and
great.
the gnomes yell out, "Ah!"
And that's one action, right?
That's your free object interaction.
Oh, that's my free object interaction. Great. So I have. I'm gonna immediately unholster my pistol and put it point blank at the head of the closest gnome in front of me.
Okay. He raises his hands. He says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, but you're invisible, so you can't even see this."
Yeah.
No,
So-
no.
But he feels the gun on
He
his
feels the
forehead.
gun on
You
his
may be able to
forehead.
feel the cold
And there's,
steel as I
like,
press it to his forehead.
Sweat down his forehead. We don't want any trouble.
One hostage is useful. 2 is trouble. I'm pulling the trigger.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Baby. So you do drop invisibility after the first shot.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Fine. Fine.
Go ahead and
I'm
roll
alright.
for attack.
This
Okay.
one's with advantage on the first one.
Yeah.
Because you're invisible.
That's not even with advantage, eh?
No, I
that
didn't
is
roll
gonna
it with
hit.
advantage.
That is gonna hit.
Can I
regardless.
just take that?
You can roll again to see if you get a natural 20.
Alright.
Might as well crit fish here.
Oh,
see,
my
look at
god.
that! This is why we
my
crit fish.
god.
Nice done.
Okay, go ahead and roll for damage.
With a crit, right?
Yeah. So you double your
Let's
damage
go.
die. Yeah.
30 on attack.
Yeah.
30.
30 on
Okay.
an attack. Okay, you say this line and they can't see you, and you shoot point blank, blows out the back of his brain, and this gnome falls to the ground dead. And the other gnome
Let's
goes,
go.
"Ah!"
Yeah. They're loud, right?
They do scream. It's got it is loud in here.
Shit.
The
right.
one does scream. Okay. You do have another attack if you want to take that as well.
I would like to, yes, I would like to make another attack. But this time I'd like to aim at the leg of the other gnome. If I can cripple him, I don't want to kill him yet.
Okay, sure. You can aim for the
Great.
leg.
I can hear Jack getting all excited as he thinks of Jebcat.
Yeah, and it's
This is for lack of a better word, this is like revenge for me for Jebcat. Even though again, Jebcat really did nothing wrong. It wasn't Jebcat's fault.
He was always innocent, but you always hated him, and it's like
Absolutely.
you guys never
just-
got confirmation on whether or not he actually portrayed you.
It doesn't matter.
That's
No,
the
I know.
unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
You never
I'm
really are
aware.
gonna know if he was really what you thought of him.
I like to
Kinda
think we
roll for
end the
damage on that
campaign, and you finally
Okay.
tell us definitively what happened.
I'll tell you if you guys finish this campaign.
When we finish this campaign.
Yes. You hit him in the leg, and it hits him right through the thigh. Okay. And he goes down and just like snaps his ankle simultaneously as he goes down, as you hit him in the thigh. And he just screams out in pain. Please! Please don't kill me! And he's just yelling at nothing.
Just tell him to shut up. Tell him to shut up, please. Tell him to shut the fuck up.
I will tell him to shut up or you end up like your friend. I'm not fucking joking. I'm cocking the hammer back on my pistol again.
Okie dokie.
Even though I'm in action.
Your invisibility drops now, right?
Yeah, it dropped after the first shot.
Okay. All right. Sheev, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I have advantage on this attack. I'm gonna look at my first attack because I rolled nat 20 on my initiative roll. So, not gonna do anything right away, but I'm gonna float over to the goblin, and is goblin right?
No.
It's a
Gnome or gnomes? Sorry, float over the gnome, and I'm going to whisper in his ear. If you say another word, I will melt the inside of your brains out of your skull. Do you understand me?
He says, not really, but okay.
All right. Now I'm gonna look to Ulrich, and I'm going to tell him, look, what in here? There are mine carts, right? Can we block the door? Is only one door into this room?
Yeah.
Can we?
It's a
we'll
pretty
try and block
small
the door.
room as well, and it's hot
Yeah.
in here.
It is hot in here, yeah. Well, I'm dead, so hellfire is much hotter. Been there, done that. I'm going to shout to Ulrich. Not shout. I'm going to whisper to Ulrich because we're not yelling. If you could block the door, that would be great. And I'm going to spend my whole turn, if I can, DM, investigating the best way to destroy the ever-living shit out of this engine.
Okay.
We've got the sand. Don't forget.
No, I know, but I'm trying to
Standing
find
over.
like the most efficient way to do it, the most guaranteed damage. Like I want to enter like some Matrix mode and try and figure out the best way to blow this thing up.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Sweet. I have plus 11 to this roll, and I also, if I need to, have my thingamajiggy. All right, it's
Pretty
a
good.
17. I'm gonna let that go. I'm not gonna use my inspiration yet.
Yeah,
I might
save
need
it,
that for
save it, save
later. Yeah.
Okay. You investigate, and so you can see that this water wheel has like a connection and then a bar that goes across to another side.
Yeah.
To be some type of like pneumatic system a little bit.
Okay.
And you take a look at not the wheel itself, but what it's attached to. There are screws on the top of that, but you figure if you can get into that compartment, that would probably completely take this thing out. Either that or just blow it to the smithereens. You could also try that, but that's the
Do I
most
get the
damage
sense-
and risky to you guys.
Yeah. Do I get the sense that we could put our little improvised explosive, light a match, and put it in there and give us some time to get away?
Well, you don't really have a wick on anything. If you
No,
light
true.
it, that thing's gonna blow.
Would the heat of the
All right.
engine not set it off on its own?
Yeah, it might, but it might not happen right away. You put gunpowder into the sand. You know the sand for sure is going to be effective. Like putting that sand in is
Okay.
probably going to stop it either way.
And then the
gunpowder
gunpowder-
might also set it off because it's hot in there.
May have a
That's
secondary.
fine.
Okay, so we'll do
Cool. I'll look to Gwyn and and ask her, can you throw me some of this?
that. I think
Is
Ulrich
it
has
what? Did we get Did we get one big thing of sand, or do we have like multiple baggies?
No, Ulrich has it. Has a sack of sand.
Ulrich has it. Okay, cool. I'll ask Ulrich to throw me the sack,
Yep.
and then I'll end my turn.
Okay, and it is screwed into steel at the top. Just so you know, if you want to get into
Yeah.
it, you're gonna have to unscrew it or.
Yeah, I
something.
used my action for investigation, so I can't unscrew on this turn. But my next turn, I'll start unscrewing the screws.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Ulrich, it's your turn.
Sparky,
Yeah.
what's the floor made of?
Wood. The walls are made of
Wood.
steel. The floors are made of wood.
And I'm correct in thinking, is there more ship below us?
Yes, there is.
Okay. For my turn, I would like to. I don't think it's a good idea blocking us in without an exit. I'm gonna assume we've got more than like 20 seconds to play with here. I'm gonna take my crowbar out of my bag and start jimming up floorboards in the center of the room, just to create an exit from where we are down a floor. I'll use my action for that. Should we to roll some strength checks?
Yeah, make an athletics check.
Why
Okay,
am I getting?
I do have advantage on this because of the crowbar.
Yeah.
I'll put that in the chat as well.
The ship is well made, so
Yeah.
it does take some effort, and it does.
Yeah.
It is going
I
to take up
expect
that full action to do it, but you
Oh,
do
yeah.
manage to. You get up 3 floorboards, at least
Mm-hmm.
enough for Gwyn and Sheev to get through. It might be a little tough on your broad shoulders to sneak through.
Yeah, that's okay. No, that's fine. And with that, I'm going to also get a chain out of my bag and end my turn.
Okay, sounds good.
Right, yep, let's be.
Access to this guy.
And yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I get that arcane.
That'll make you Cragor.
Yeah.
Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Crap. Oh. Clicked on the wrong thing. Okay. For those of you on the Stormbringer, the steelhead is moving quickly towards you. You have never seen a ship move this fast. Ricard, it is your turn.
Have they said anything while they've been in the last turn or so?
You've heard the captain said anything. You heard an arcane word. That's about it. You're familiar enough with magic. A spell has been cast.
They prepared some sort of spell. I don't like how they're coming towards us, and now I'm inclined to think they're ramming us. Are they in fire range?
Not yet. What's the distance on your cannons?
800.
Yep, they're within range.
I am firing the runic cannon. I've been waiting all day for this catharsis.
Okay.
The runic
Cannon is only 100-foot cone.
Oh, I can't use that one then now,
That's
can I?
out of the front of the ship.
Can I hold my action to... Is there another cannon within range then, near the runic cannon I can swap
The
to?
cannons below deck are 800-foot cannons, so those ones are within range. The arcane cannon, the runic cannon, is only 100-foot cone out the front.
Would I be able to, swap a cannon but move my movement speed?
Sorry?
With 30-foot movement speed, can I swap between another cannon then?
Yeah, you can get below deck to a cannon. So how we've done this in the past is on your action, you can use your action to do a ship action instead. So you can use your action to fire one of the cannons if you want.
That's what I want to do. I will fire the cannon.
And you guys actually have not fixed your ship since you were last attacked.
I mean,
What wouldn't have?
Well, we do need to make a point to do it. So, I can
Yeah.
give you guys the 350 HP, but in the future, you do have to make a point to repair your ship.
I've always made a point that Herc was repairing the ship, to be fair.
I don't think so. But feel free to let me know in the future. The cannon... Okay, you made an attack roll?
Yeah, that's a 13.
All right. It sails across the water. This is a long journey for this cannon to go, about like 700 feet-ish. And it hits the steel side of the ship and barely makes a dent.
Just flavor for no damage, correct?
It does not do any damage.
Got it.
That's your action and your movement. You want to do anything for bonus action here?
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I'm going to give a bardic. I'm going to play my little harmonica. Give you an inspiration. Gwyn?
Me?
I'm going to go out. Liv, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Valente? Okay. Sounds good. All right, that brings us here. They are going to do this. It hit, but it did not do any damage. So, I mean, it didn't hit. It just hit the steel sides. What's the AC on the Stormbringer?
16.
And as you send this cannon out, another one comes sailing back at you guys. To hit. And the ship, the Stormbringer, is going to take 27 points of bludgeoning damage as this cannon hits the side of the ship and damages kind of just the top of the deck. And who's at the wheel? Sorry?
I think it's Herc.
Herc, okay.
No, it's Leo. Leo's at the wheel. Herc was down with
Okay.
the cannons.
So, Leo, you do, like, see this cannon go flying by behind you.
Should I note down the hit points in Stormbringer?
Yeah,
There's already
someone
noted.
needs to keep
Yeah.
track of the stats there.
Someone
I
is...
did it in the
It went
sheets.
down.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta put this guy in here, too.
Shit's lagging so hard right now.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
so
boy.
many people in this fight. Okay. That brings us here. Valente, it's your turn. So you guys about 700 feet away-ish. Oh, sorry, the ship also moves a little bit closer to you guys. 650 feet-ish.
I'm torn between two ideas. Just for pure scientific curiosity, I'm going to fire a cannonball with the cannon I'm at, just so we're sure they don't do any damage at all.
It's like at the bottom there. At the bottom of the Stormbringer. Of the features. Yeah.
Okay. A 19 on attack.
And that one, as you watch it kind of sail across, and this one hits the steel sides again, and this one actually goes through the armor and penetrates the side of the ship. You can roll for damage. It just seems like a heavily armored ship. It just has a higher AC than what the Stormbringer has.
21 hit points of damage.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Can I use my movement to reload a ball into the cannon, or is that just too much?
You can use a bonus action to reload the cannon.
I will reload.
Okay, sounds good. You reload the cannon in front of you. And it is the Stormbringer's turn. So what do you guys want the Stormbringer to do? You can On its turn, you can take 3 actions because you guys have 5 crew. So you can fire cannon, move, runic cannon, but you're kind of far away for a runic cannon.
I think we should move so that they can't ram us, like parallel, try and get in parallel with them, and fire a cannon at least.
How fast are they going?
Fast.
Like roughly.
Twice your speed.
That's not good. So you wanna just go full speed away?
No. I trying
Evade some
to
maneuvers.
maneuver so we're going technically closer, but so that they're not perpendicular and they can't ram us from the side, so that we're like
If they hit us from the back or from the front, it's
no
much
parallel
better.
to them. We're trying to
They can't turn on a dime, I assume, right, Sparky?
Oh, okay.
Hard to say. Probably not.
I think if we need to go towards them, but avoid a head-on collision.
but also don't stay in their way, otherwise we will get like busted in 2 halves.
Can I make some sort of a intelligence check or something like that? With me having spent some time as a sailor.
You can roll a wisdom check. Yeah.
A wisdom check.
Yeah. Are you just trying to figure out like what the best course of action here is?
Yeah, because like I would think that well they're trying to kill the ship from the inside, so our main objective should be to just go away. But if we can get to the side of them to where they can ram us, that's also good. I want to know if it's possible to sort of do that maneuver, or if they would still then be able to turn and ram us. I had a 13, no, a 12.
It's kind of hard to say. Like, it doesn't seem like this ship is going to be particularly like be able to turn super fast, but because it is moving quite fast, the only way to minimize some damage would be to maybe if it hits you from the back. That would be probably the minimal damage that this ship would be able to take. If it hits you from the front, your runic cannon is going to take damage. If it hits you from the side, all your quarters and your cannons are going to take damage. If it hits you from the back, it probably minimize the most damage. But it's probably not going to matter that much in the grand scheme where it hits you, if it hits you.
Okay, so what did you want to do, Valente? Just do the maneuver and try to not get rammed, basically.
Yes, maneuver so that we're ultimately in parallel to them.
Okay, we're gonna focus all 3 actions on movement, basically, and try to maneuver in a way where...
No, let's leave at least one for a cannonball. Like, let's do damage.
I mean, we can't go halfway on this. If we want to outmaneuver them, we have to outmaneuver them. Right? The cannons aren't important right now.
Well, we
Because
still
they're
need to be
taking them
there.
down from the inside.
Well, we can help.
The taking out the engine will make the ship stop moving, but it's not going to destroy the ship.
And we promised Cadboro we would sink the ship to the depths.
Yeah, but once it's stopped,
That
we
we
get all
did.
the time in the world.
They'll
It
still be
can
able
still
to
fire back at us.
Yeah.
Is the only thing.
Okay, so we're gonna take a shot and then we're gonna take 2 maneuvers, basically.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, tough choice. Yeah, you guys kind of like go back and forth, like yelling at each other between the decks of the ship, trying to figure out what to do. You can take a shot, Valente, at the cannon that you're at because it's loaded up. And then you guys are moving west, kind of parallel to them. You're trying to turn parallel to them.
Remain as parallel as can be, and if it can be like next to them. I don't know if I'm explaining it right.
As you guys
but
are coming, like, okay, this is how it's looking right now. You guys are kind of coming from this way, and they're coming straight at you from this way. So you guys have the option to kind of turn out this way, or keep going straight ahead, or try to turn all the way, or try to turn the opposite way.
Go alongside them, like
Everything sounds
parallel.
horrible.
That's
Well, they're
the
coming
least...
at you though, so
Yeah.
you can go this way, which would be perpendicular, but you can't really get parallel to them.
Can we not swerve a little bit to the side?
Yeah, you can swerve, but that would be going this way or that way, going to basically the northwest or the southeast.
Southeast.
Okay, so you guys kind of turning back towards the island then, towards Port Surak. Okay, not the open sea. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, you can do that, and for you guys, double your movement.
Feel free to contradict me anytime, guys.
I have no clue, so...
We want them to be away from the mainland, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I
You
think we
guys
should draw
also
them-
have your helm where you can make 190-degree turn.
Oh,
I think
that's useful.
we should isolate them as much as possible.
Can we make the thing fly like the car from Harry Potter?
Oh yeah, I couldn't say anything.
The cannon sails out and hits the water between you guys. You guys veer and turn back towards the southeast. So you guys are gonna turn this way a little bit. Okay. Feel free to change anything on your ship. Okay, that brings us here. Okay. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. Oh boy. Okay. From what Ricard can hear, he hears fire! 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 3 times in a row. One of them misses, hits the water in between. The second one hits the Stormbringer, hits the side of the ship, and then the third one hits the mast, and the mast goes down. It cracks and the ship itself is going to take a total of 80 damage. One of those was a crit. The ship can still sail. You still have 2 more masts, but it definitely takes some serious damage from this. And Leo, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm at the helm, so I guess I'm gonna focus on not getting rammed.
Okay.
I guess that's what I want to put my energy into.
You want to hold
Steer-
an action?
I want to steer the ship in a way where we don't get hit. That's the number one priority, I think.
Yeah, up to you and how you
And,
want to approach that. Kind of tough.
So you can say we can make sort of a quick maneuver, like a 90-degree turn.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I guess I want to hold that then for if they come close.
The
I
turn?
think.
Okay, so the turn at the
What,
helm.
what's Valente? What is up? What's the issue?
I don't know. I feel like they're going way too fast for us to hold actions. They've just dealt us 80 damage. I would go now if I were you, but
We can't outrun them.
no, but we can minimize death.
We have to basically get behind them to where they can ram us. I think that's the number one priority. If they ram us, that's bad. So I'm gonna focus on. I'm preparing an evasive maneuver, basically.
What's the trigger?
If they come dangerously close to
turn?
ramming us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Is there anything else that you'd like to do?
I guess that would probably be my action. I'm also gonna use my bonus action to use my warding in convocation. Not that does a whole lot. I get some cover and yeah, small stuff.
Okay. Okay. That brings us there. Which they are just gonna take another shot. The AC on the Stormbringer is 16?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2 cannons hit the water between you guys. And that brings us here.
Another quick question. How much time has passed since they left? Has it been an hour? No, it hasn't, right?
It's been, not quite an hour.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, where is it? Here it is. So that is able to go 3 of those, which means it would be... Okay, that sounds about right. Okay. Steam juts out of the back of the steelhead, and it let me just turn it a little bit here. Now that the range on the map is true, so now you guys are how far away is this? Are about 250 feet, 215 feet, sorry, about 200 feet away. This ship is closing the gap. And that brings us to Herc's turn. What do you want Herc to do?
He's down in the cannons. He's gonna do some cannoning.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
Just fire cannon.
Go to the bottom and click on cannons.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
And roll for attack. Yeah, he lights it up. And it hits the water. He can use a bonus action to reload if you like.
Yep.
Okay. That's reloaded for next time. And that brings us to the top of the order. It's Ecrius's turn. You guys want him to shoot or move? Or something else?
Probably shoot.
Shoot.
Shoot the cannons?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It'll make him happy.
Yeah. He runs down below deck. And he is going to man the last cannon and roll a natural 20.
Let's go.
And he lights it up. And you can hear him, Herc and Valente. He just says, "Fuck you! And he sends out this cannon, and poof, it hits the deck of the steelhead and does some serious damage to it. It actually comes through, and all of you on the ship, like it goes through the top of the deck. And Gwyn and Sheev and Ulrich, you feel like this, like you just been hit.
Good. Excellent. That means they are close.
Okay. Gwyn, it is your turn. You're muted.
Yeah. This gnome that's with us, what's he doing?
He is crying on the ground, bleeding, holding his leg.
Okay.
Good.
Where
Like
is
all
the bag
those
of
should.
sand?
I have it
Yeah.
right next to the pipes that I'm gonna on my turn unscrew and put it in the pipe to blow it up.
Okay. I would like to work on the screws now, using my turn.
Okay. Do you have any tools that would help you with this?
I have Tinker's tools.
That would help you. Yeah. So you can add your proficiency bonus, roll a dexterity throw, or strength, and add to proficiency.
Ability check, right?
Yeah. Your choice on whether you want to use like dexterity to try and just finagle them or strength to try to just like rip them off. Okay.
And then plus my proficiency. Oh, it's already added. No. Plus my proficiency would be make that at 18.
Okay. You can get 2 of the screws off as you.
How many
you just
are
use
total?
the Tinker's tools.
How many other total?
4.
Okay. Great. Can I use a bonus action to take some more off?
You can make another roll.
Okay.
And the third one, you like try to
That'd be 12.
turn it, and it's just like kind of stripped on top and won't come loose.
Okay.
Okay. Sheaf, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so I see that Gwyn got 2 of the screws off. I don't really have anything that would help me. Well, I have a crowbar. Can I crowbar the screw out?
You can try.
Is that gonna help me or no?
Yeah, you can try, or
I know,
magic,
but,
or
Well, I could magic maybe. What do I have? What do I have? I don't really have much.
It's simple. You
Unless I
cast
could
Mage
just-
Hand and give it a screwdriver.
Can I just try and like this? This could go terribly, but like, can I just magic missile the screws and like target the individual screws with magic missile?
yeah.
Oh no, it has to be a creature. Well, all right, I can't do that.
I'm not a creature. If you can target objects, then you could use a spell.
Yeah, I will. Oh, I can fire. Well, that might be bad. If I firebolt them, that might go horribly wrong. But no, I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is actually, because Ulrich just blocked. Sorry, real quick, my brain's scrambling.
He pulled up the
Ulrich
floorboards.
blocked off the entrance, correct?
No, you
No.
pulled up the
Pulled up
floorboards.
the floorboards.
He pulled up the floorboards.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then Ulrich, are you going somewhere?
Well, if we block the front door, how are we going to escape?
I can just teleport out. I don't have to see it. I can just go.
I see. Oh, well, it's there if we need it.
All right. Can you take the rest of these screws out? And then I can wait until everything's done and then teleport us out of here?
If you guys want, you can do somewhat of a combined action to.
Yeah,
Ulrich
yeah,
could
yeah.
probably get the screws off, and you could put the sand in if you guys both used your actions to do it.
I'd like to do that then. I'd like to combine with
Ulrich
Ulrich if
wants to.
possible.
Okay.
Yeah, if he
we
wants
can do
to.
that. Yeah, we can do that.
Cool. I'll hold my turn then, and I'll put the sand in. I'll wait for Ulrich to undo the screws, because I don't have much to get the screws out.
So, Ulrich, you can make a strength check. Is there any particular tool you want to use to help you get them off?
Probably just the crowbar. Just whack it repeatedly with the crowbar. Because we're trying to make a hole in the pipe, I'm guessing.
You're trying to get the top of the pipe off, so that you can put the sand inside. You
Is
can...
there,
Sorry, go ahead.
is there a point of leverage I can get with the crowbar?
Yes.
Well, I took 2 screws out, so you might be able to get the crowbar beneath the lid.
Yes, I
where the
would
screws used
like
to
to do. I would like to do that.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, make an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
28, not 20.
Hey.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, as soon as she like says this, you just stomp over and you and it comes up in one fluid, easy movement. And the inside of this tube is like moving up and down in sequence with the water wheel. And she, if you want to, you're holding your action, you can stick that sand in there.
Yep, I will stick the sand in there.
Okay.
And then as I do that, I'm going to look towards Gwyn and Ulrich real fast. One more thing on my turn. Are we just leaving now? Do we want to let this go? Or do we want to try and blow it up and then go afterwards?
We need to fuel the engine, and then jam the door shut so the pressure builds up and it explodes.
All right, let's do that next turn. Let's do that right. Let's do that next,
In 6
and
seconds.
then after that, I can get us out of here. Yes.
There is like, as you guys pour the sand inside, there is this immediate like,
Yeah.
it does start to like sputter and like slow down a little bit. Like it's clearly had an impact right away. Okay. That brings us here. Okay.
I think that would be me now, right? Or no?
No, it's somebody else's turn.
Oh boy.
And Ulrich and Sheev and Gwyn, they drop.
Oh shit.
The door
Yeah.
swings open,
Yeah.
and you see this man standing there with a Knight of Rhybohr behind him. He's got this like long, dark hair, and this
Wait.
striking.
He's in the
stare.
engine room?
He opens the door to the engine room. Yeah. And he stares at all three of you as you've just dumped this sand down at the engine. He says, "And what exactly do you think you're doing?"
Crashing the ship with no survivors.
Everybody make a wisdom save.
We have advantage. Thank you, Leo.
No, I
I
think it was.
don't. And you don't. It doesn't give you advantage. Enhanced ability doesn't give advantage on saves.
Not on saving
Oh, it
throws.
doesn't. It's just checks.
No, it's just ability checks. I'm gonna
bit
use
of
my. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this.
Okay.
Please don't fuck me.
Yeah, I rolled a fucking 7. Jesus Christ. Oh no, I rolled a 22. Never mind. I'm good.
You rolled a natural 20.
Natural 20. Cool.
Okay. There. Okay, just hang on a second here. Ulrich and Gwyn, Sheev, you hear this too, and immediately, like, you guys feel drawn to this man. You like want to do whatever he's gonna say, and he says, "Go to the side of the ship and throw yourselves into the depths."
Oh boy.
And Gwyn
This is-
and Ulrich, you feel like you have to do this thing.
Oh god.
Sheev,
Oh no.
you feel this for a
Yeah.
second, and then you like shake your head, and you can see that Gwyn and Ulrich are clearly under the effects of this, but it's not affecting you.
Luckily,
Oh boy.
it's not my turn yet.
Right.
Oh god.
And he's also gonna do this, but you guys don't really know what this means. But
Oh,
you see...
I'm really stupid. I'm really dumb. I'm actually really stupid. Is this a spell effect?
Yep. It's a spell.
Got her? Got her?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This tiredness is getting to me, and I know we already rolled. I'm so sorry. If you want to tell me I can't counterspell, that's fine. If it's a spell effect, I would have tried to counterspell.
You can try to counterspell.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to counterspell.
As you try to counterspell, he snaps his fingers and counterspells your counterspell.
Wow. Son of a bitch. All right.
This is the #1 warship in all of Ingnasia, you guys.
No, I know.
And also,
I'm just gonna consume my spell slot.
Sheev, like, all that Gwyn and Ulrich, all that you can think about right now is, like, I'm gonna throw myself into the ocean. But, Sheev, you see, he, like, there's this moment where he, like, stands up a little bit taller, and the sword on his side, like, lights up with magic, and he pulls it out. Not exactly sure what is going on there, but he's definitely a very powerful wizard or sorcerer or something.
I'm gonna give him a little nod of like it's like respect and anger as he counterspells my counterspell. Just
he definitely appraises you for a second, like surprised that you have not been you're not under the effects of the spell.
Yeah.
That brings us to Ricard. Ricard, what do you want to do?
I assume I can't use the big boy front gun yet, the Runic.
It's not quite within 100 feet. It's within like 180 feet. You could direct the ship. You could move it closer.
I want to move it closer and blast it.
Okay. You wouldn't be able to do them on the same turn. You could.
Can I ready an action and yell it out to someone to move the ship?
Yeah.
I think we need to go hot and heavy. We're taking a lot of damage and call it out. Move the ship at least into position for a runic cannon shot.
So are you holding the action to use the runic cannon?
I am.
Until you're in range.
Yeah. I'll also use my bonus action to give a bardic inspiration to... We're going to give this one to Leo.
Okay. So you probably need 2 movements to get within range unless the ship moves closer to you within that time. So you can wait for those movements, or you could move it and tell them to use the runic cannon.
I'll move it. Tell them to use the runic then.
Okay. So you move. Doop. I guess not quite. Oh, you would need to turn it. Oh, not really sure how I want to rule this.
I'll just make it simple. I'm just fire again.
What?
Would it be simpler if I just fired again with the cannon instead of moving?
Well, it's up to you. So your options are you can turn. So you can turn the helm, in which case you're going to make a 90 degrees so that you're facing towards them and going straight towards them. Option 2, you can move forward, in which case you'd be going southeast back towards Port Serac. Or option 3, you can fire a cannon. You're turning towards them puts you in the best position to use the runic cannon. If that's what you want to do.
I think we need to go towards... Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll move it, because the runic cannon's our highest firepower, I think.
Okay. So you get to the helm, and you kind of get in Leo's face, and you turn the wheel, and you turn it 90 degrees, so that it's directly going to go straight for the steelhead. Bonus action, you said you're going to inspire Leo?
I am.
Okay. All right. That brings us to this guy. Where is he? All these tokens. I just gotta move this for a second here. Get out of the way. Freaking ship. Okay. Sheev and Gwyn and Ulrich, you see a knight of Rhybohr behind the captain. And he comes forward. He has a great sword at his side. And you know what? He is going to use his turn. And sorry, are you guys' tokens on the map right now?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, I hope this doesn't screw up anything with the initiative order. Just take a note of what your initiative is currently at, okay? When we'll achieve. Just make note.
Nat 2021, baby.
Okay. And he pushes past the captain. 10, 15, 20. And the captain points to you, Sheev, and he says, that one. And the knight is going to grapple you. Make an athletics check.
You motherfucker. Grapple check my ass.
Or Dex athletics or acrobatics. Whatever's higher.
With grapple?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's just for grappling. It's not much better,
don't
but
think
it's better than it was.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I rolled a
make
17.
acrobatics. Okay.
17.
I gotta roll for him. I forgot that they had that feature. Oh, fun. Yeah. He just comes up to you and he puts a steel hand on your skinny shoulder and he squeezes it and then he pushes you down to the ground on your knees. You are under the grapple condition.
Okay. Okay, I need to double. Okay, never mind. You know what? It's fine. I'll look it up right now. You're fine.
Your movement is 0.
My movement is 0, but he's not holding my arms or anything, so I can.
No.
Cast
You can cast spells. Yeah, your movement is 0.
Wonderful.
And that brings us to Valente's turn. So the map is... Oh, I can't hear you. The map is pretty true to what's going on here now. You guys are about 185 feet away, and you're both directed right at each other right now.
I'm going to use my bonus action to reload the cannon I just shot because it's empty.
Okay.
But since we're in that angle, I don't think I'm much use in the cannon room. So, do I have enough movement and action possibilities to go up on deck and move the ship closer so Ricard is in range?
Yep.
Then I'll do that.
The Stormbringer is a relatively small ship, so you can definitely get back up to the helm and you move it. Full movement here. 45 feet. Good. Okay.
How far away are we from runic cannon range?
It's 100.
Yeah, you are about 160 feet away right now. 150 feet-ish.
All right.
Pretty
Cool.
close.
Almost there.
It's the ship's turn. It's the Stormbringer's turn.
Cadboro, guide her hand. Move her in.
So you guys can take 3 actions with the ship.
Can we fire Runic now?
If you
We'll move in
first.
Runic. Yes. I want to click the button.
Okay. So you're gonna move closer and then use the runic cannon?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody on the ship?
God hates me.
What's that for? What are you rolling there?
I clicked the Runic Cannon attack, and that's what it gave me. And I have
it is a d20 plus 5. Oh, it's plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which is would
4.
be plus 5, right? Oh, plus 4.
It'll be my modifier and then my proficiency, right? I don't think that'd make much of a difference, though.
It's your spellcasting ability modifier. Yeah. So you rolled a 6. Unfortunately, it does not hit. As this like runic cannon, like part of the runes like tick, 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 they light up, but then they like they didn't quite get enough power. You have one more action with the ship, though. You've moved once and you've runic cannoned once, so you have one more action.
Sorry, can we try the runic cannon again with someone else?
Yep.
I believe in you, Valanthi.
Thank you. Let me just.
Your eyes are so wide. You okay? I'm like, you look shocked looking at the runic cannon.
I'm looking for my spellcasting ability intelligence. Okay.
Yeah, so whatever your modifier is for that.
Ugh, that's bad. It's a 14 in total.
So same thing, you kind of try to channel this cannon into the right spot, and you can feel like the magic flowing through it, and it's really powerful, and you just have difficulty channeling it in the right direction, and like crack of thunder goes off in one corner. So they don't quite hit, but that's okay. That is that. That brings us to here. And they are gonna fire this. That's not good. Jesus Christ. I rolled 2 natural ones. Okay. Roll 2 natural ones and a 5. So there, as you guys see from the Stormbringer, the ballista on the deck of the ship is like loaded by multiple crew, and they put the arrow in and send it off. And all 3 miss. And that brings us to Leo's turn.
Yep. How close are we now?
As close as you are on the map. About 120 feet-ish, 100 feet.
Okay. Can we see any people on the ship?
You can see several crew on the ship, as well as 2 Knights of Rhybohr.
Okay. I wanna cast a spell, I guess. So that would drop my my enhanceability. I'm gonna move up to as close to the front of the ship as possible, and I'm gonna cast a hypnotic pattern on the deck of the ship.
Okay.
I'm trying to hit as many people as possible
Okay.
to incapacitate them, basically.
Sure.
The DC is 15.
Okay. Okay, that's 1 success. 1 failure. And another failure. Okay. So you cast a spell and you throw it over. What's the range on hypnotic pattern? It's 100 feet?
120 feet.
Okay. And you lock up a knight and one of the sailors that is was at the ballista.
Okay. That's probably my turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a bonus action again to use my warding convocation again. And then I'm good.
Okay, you kind of channel as magic and you toss it across, and definitely it's effective enough. And that brings us to this knight. So he can roll against it on his turn again?
Yep. And then that's his turn.
Okay. Okay. Then he makes a save on the second one.
Wait a second. Oh, they can't repeat the save actually.
They can't?
Only if they can't repeat the spell only if somebody else shakes them out of it, basically. Or if they take damage.
If they take damage. Okay. Okay, you guys can see this from the Stormbringer, who loads up that ballista. That one is going to hit the 17 as a arrow flies across and is going to do 19 damage as it hits the front of the Stormbringer. Yeah, okay. And that brings us to the ship's turn. So from the Stormbringer's perspective, you can see the ship has slowed down. It looks like maybe it's going at half speed now, but still even at half speed, it's about as fast as your ship. So it is able to, let's see, it'll be able to move. It moves this way. It moves a little bit forward. Oh my god, freaking tokens. And then it turns on its side. And it's gonna make some cannon attacks here. One misses, but one does hit. And the Stormbringer, one cannon just kind of falls between you guys, and the second one hits the front of the ship again, and it's going to take 32 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, we're doing all right. We're doing okay, I believe.
I'm keeping track here too. You guys are at 192 HP.
Okay, we're all right.
Of 350 HP.
Hey, we don't need to mention that.
And that's it. And then Herc, what do we want Herc to do?
Probably cannon.
In order to fire the cannons right now, you would need to turn the ship first. Unless you want to fire the runic cannon, you can try that.
Yep.
Okay.
For show.
He's got to make an attack with his spellcasting ability modifier.
Yep.
So what's your spellcasting ability? It's intelligence, right?
+4.
Yeah, so just roll a d20 plus 4.
Okay. I'm just gonna use real dice.
Okay.
That's 7, so 11.
And kind of same thing as watching Valente and Ricard doing this. This runes kind of start to light up, but they don't quite get all the way to the head of the dragon. You guys basically need a higher roll. There's been some shit rolls on that. Okay, you want him to do anything else?
Not really. I'm not currently using his sheet because I don't want to get too into his mechanics as well. So I don't know if there would be any bonus action, but I'm gonna
Okay.
say no and move on to.
Ecrius, it's his turn, and he says, "Let's move closer." He says, "Aren't they in there? If they're gonna get off, we need to be as close as possible."
I think they can also teleport a little bit, but we can move a little closer.
Or we
Maybe?
could turn to use the cannons.
That sounds even better.
Okay, and he just turns the wheel, and you guys turn. Sorry, probably which direction? Do you want to turn so you're pointing away from Port Sirac, or turn so you're pointing towards Port Sirac?
I think away is good.
Okay. So that's all he can really do, but he sets you guys up so you can make cannon attacks if you want to. And Gwyn, it is your turn. And you are currently under the effects of a spell, so all you want to do is get up to the top of the deck and throw yourself off.
Is there any way at all I can resist this?
Hang on, let me see. I don't think so.
Is it command?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope, you can't. So, you have to full dash towards the top of the ship. And for you guys in the Stormbringer, you guys see the red flaming hair of Gwyn come up from under the deck. You don't quite have enough movement to make it all the way off the ship. But you are at the top of the ship. On the upper deck.
Nothing I can do.
You look out into the ocean and you feel, oh, I want to jump into that water so bad, and I would love to see the depths of the ocean.
How long is does she get there in one turn?
She can dash up, yes, with her movement.
And she finds the way that quickly?
Yeah, she found her way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same path back up.
Sheev, it is your turn.
Oh boy. Okay. So real quick, you're telling me how big is this room?
I can draw it out for you, but it's like 10 by 5. Maybe 10 by 6.
All right, Thomas. How do you feel? How you feeling, buddy?
Ready to rock.
All right, cool. You know what they say about wizards, right? You know what they say about wizards, right, DM?
Nope.
I'm fireballing the room.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what that means. I get what that means. I am still going to fireball the room.
All right.
I know the potential of horrible things that can happen. I'm aware of it, but I'm still going to fireball the room.
Okay.
Now, is there a way that I can try and back myself up against the farthest wall and
You're grappled,
is there, or is
so
it
no.
I'm grappled, right? Oh, fuck it. Cool. All right. The floor is wooden, correct?
It is, yeah.
The floor is wooden. So if I burn the floor, we can all fall through, right?
As you kind of are you using spell components, arcane focus?
Spell components. I'll narrate it, but yeah, I'm using spell components.
Okay, go ahead.
And if Mr. McStinky over there goes to McStinky my spell, I will McStinky his spell back.
Okay.
I am going to pull out a pouch with some powdered brown substance, throw it up in the air, and stare at the sorcerer guy, the magic caster.
Okay.
For Cadboro, my friend. And I will cast Fireball on everyone in the
He
room.
says, "Oh, that's what this is about." And you cast the fireball. Go ahead and roll your damage and make dexterity saving throws.
Yeah, everyone in the room has to make a dex save.
Advantage because I have danger sense,
Yeah.
but I don't think it matters. Sparky, is the spell that I'm under one of those spells where if I'm damaged, I get to make another save attempt?
No. Not that
That's
you would
so
know
wrong.
I was
that,
hoping.
but no.
Okay.
I'll tell you
Everyone
that
takes
I'll
24.
it's mass suggestion. So there's not really avenue to get out of it if you fail the save.
Okay, unless he drops concentration.
Nope, it lasts for 24 hours.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's a 6th level spell.
Wow. I was trying to get him to
it's a
break his
strong spell.
concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you guys didn't really have a chance against that spell if you fail it.
Level.
Okay.
That's nice.
So 24 fire damage.
It's not a good roll, which sucks.
Sorry, what was the DC?
I wish I was
16?
evoker right now. 16, yeah.
So he's gonna take the
Mainly, I'm trying to melt the floor. It hits everybody, but my goal is to try and get the floor to break, so it can break so I can break the grapple via that.
You definitely can break the grapple as this Knight of Rhybohr. He takes some of this damage and he kind of goes to cover his face.
Whoa. Sparky.
Yeah.
Do you not think it's fairly okay if you want to go for this, but do you not think throw yourself off a ship is obviously as an obviously harmful act?
Oh,
What wouldn't kill you?
Oh, because you can swim.
I guess I could just tread water.
Yeah.
Is he gonna make me
Yeah,
tread water for
you
a
can tread
day?
water. Yeah.
I would not say it's obviously
boy.
harmful. If it was obviously harmful, then I wouldn't have chosen it.
Okay.
True.
Agree to disagree on that, but I think that
that's
choice
fair.
for him is purposeful because he does not want it to be. He would have just told you to kill yourselves if you wanted to be obviously harmful.
That's fair.
So he's going to take part of that. You watch as this mage in front of you, Sheev, he takes up his sword, and the fire that comes towards him, he swings his sword, and the fire like swirls around the sword, and he does not appear to take any damage from this.
That's fine. So, okay, does the floor break?
The floor itself.
It's fine if not. I just want to. I want to try
I'm
and
just
see if I
thinking
can
this is the sturdiness of wood on ships would be pretty sturdy.
That's fair.
But I will say that the boards that were broken has made it more vulnerable. So yeah, some of the boards in the middle of the floor definitely are cracked and burning.
Cool. And I saw Gwyn go up and out, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. I know Gwyn has the bag. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use my movement. I am going to fly up and move through the floor to the next deck of the ship. Use my once per day ghost ability to move through the floor.
Okay. How much is your movement?
So I only this turn.
15 feet of fly.
This turn I can go 15 feet fly. How
so you can't get
high are
all the way to
ceilings
the
here?
upper deck, but you can get to the cannon deck if you like.
That's fine. I want to get up a deck. That's fine.
Okay. He's gonna take an opportunity attack against you if you do that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. The knight is.
That is fine. Just let me know what the actual attack is, and if I can shield it. But my AC is not great, so.
First one to hit for a 20.
Oh, that hits.
Second one to hit for a 30.
Oh, God. Wait, he can attack twice? And, oh, wait, all three of them are taking opportunity attacks?
What, they're not going to multi-attack on opportunity attacks?
No, opportunity attack's just one hit.
Okay, then one to hit for 20.
Okay, yeah. Whoa. No, that'll hit, but I can maybe survive this. Maybe. How much damage? Tell me, DM. Tell me. Tell me it's not bad.
You're going to take 15 points of piercing and force damage.
Holy shit.
As you kind of fly up and he cuts at your leg. It's kind of flames in his eyes.
Oh, God.
And as you
I'm
land
not
on the
dead.
cannon deck, there are several sailors manning the cannons that all turn to you.
That's fine. That's fine. It's okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that's the end
All
of my
right,
turn.
that brings us to Ulrich's turn. And Ulrich, under the effects of this spell, you you know what you feel.
Yes. I head up to the top deck.
You have 40 feet movement speed?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you can make it all the way, kind of with Gwyn standing on the top of the deck here, looking over the sides into the abyss. And that brings us to his turn. Okay. And he comes up a deck, and Sheev, you see the captain walk up. And I'm trying to think about calculating movement here. Okay, yeah, he's just gonna do this. He's like kind of at the bottom of the stairs, and he locks eyes with you, Sheev. And you see is this like kind of magical vengeance comes over his face. Cool. And this sword, he juts it out, and there's this magic missiles. Yeah.
Magic missile that I will shield to stop it from doing any damage.
But a shield on it's not an attack though.
The shield's very specific with that.
Very specifically blocks magic missile, does no damage.
Yeah. A little metagamey because you wouldn't really know that it's magic missiles, but I'll allow it. I'll allow you to use shield, right. But like if, for example, you might have said counterspell of just knowing it's a spell, right? So that's what I'm saying about. Yeah. Regardless, the effect would be the same, but
yeah,
just for the future.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. You prevent it, and he says,
"Nice try, bud."
He says, "You have dug your grave," and that's the end of his turn.
I've already died, friend.
At least you're familiar. Ricard, it is your turn.
The ship's not on the angle to fire the gun.
It's not for the runic cannon, but you can move the ship back if you want.
I don't think the team wants to go that way at this point. I guess I'll check distance. I'm just gonna fire the normal cannon.
Okay. Go ahead and make that attack.
Got my rolls.
Oh, damn. It hits the water. You can bonus action and reload it if you'd like.
I will do such, and my turn.
Okay. Brings us to this guy. Where is this guy? What is this guy? Not this one. This one. This one. Oh, okay. He's under the effects of hypnotic pattern. Yes, this guy is. No, I'm sorry. That guy is. Okay, sorry about that. I was wrong. This guy, and Ulrich, where is your token? Oh, you're up here. Okay. He comes up behind you guys, behind Gwyn and Ulrich. And he is gonna attack. And they are all directed at you, Ulrich.
Mm-hmm.
as you hear him say behind the mask, "Betrayer, scum!" What's your AC?
17.
And you're under the charmed condition, right? So that means some
Yes.
things here. Yeah, you can't attack or really react here.
Oh boy. Oh boy, guys. This is a real pickle we got ourselves into here. It's a real pickle.
You're going... What? Sorry. No, that. There we go. Okay, one more. There we go. Okay, rolled shit on that damage. But one was a crit. So, as these three great sword attacks kind of and then rips up, you're going to take 56 points of damage.
Oh shit.
One was a crit.
I'm down.
And as this last attack, which should have killed you, you feel yourself come back into your body and the effects of this spell wear off, and you are sent flying backwards by a purple-blue energy that sends you back to the Stormbringer in one movement. And you feel the divine hug of Cadboro protecting your
baby.
life.
Okay.
Oh, baby. Okay. Okay. And for those of us at home, the engine room with the bomb in it is still on fire. So there is still a chance the plan works. There's a chance.
Okay, and with that, Cadboro's protection kind of comes into play. The entire ship starts to glow with a magical sort of aura. This purple sparkles, and a cloud of storm begins to develop over top of the ship. That is where we are going to end this session, because we can't keep going. Yeah. We just do not have the time.
Cool.
So take
All
note.
right.
Let's just take note of where we all are and what we've all used, because we're ending in mid-combat, which I know can make things a little messy.
I'm on the cannon deck,
Yes,
which
you
is
are.
one below the top deck, right?
Yes, exactly.
And I know that they're gonna jump off the ship, right?
That's the last that you heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Still under the effect of this spell, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And once you're
No,
off the ship, you could
Ulrich
potentially
isn't under
swim
the
back.
effect anymore.
No.
Ulrich
no,
is
I'm
not. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Okay, cool.
I have 8 HP in a dream, baby.
Wow.
Jeez, good job, you guys.
Oh boy, that was wild.
Well, one
Yeah.
thing's for sure, we fucked shit up.
You did.
And
We
that is
did.
what we set out to do.
Yeah.
Could have
right.
could have been much worse. Could have been
It could
better
have
too.
been much worse. Hey, you
Much
know.
worse. Yeah.
We'll go with could have been much worse. I'm gonna stop this recording.